We left a lot of guys, stranded in scoring position, but, that's what happens when, it's cold and rainy and the ball's not going to travel over the fence, and innings end, right? So overall, we always countered, right? Anytime they had a crooked number, we came back with a crooked of ourselves. So that was the big reflection point. And then obviously RJ Rouet set the tone on the mound too. I'm a big proponent of that. So those were two keys.
Colavecchio came in to get this save. Is that something we should expect seeing him in that role as the season goes on?
Yeah, I think for right now, we like him in the
After a rainout last night, it's a picture-perfect day for game number 2 of the ABL season between the Bucs and the Glacier Pilots. Can the Bucs pick up their second win and stay undefeated? Well, you'll just have to stay tuned to find out. Welcome outside here in the Mulcahy Stadium broadcast booth. Everyone, Milo Hoffman alongside Alex Burstein. And Alex, Bucs with a 9-6 win to open up the season. A lot went well. What impressed you the most?
Well, it has to be the hitting after kind of a slow start to the season. There was some offense in Game 1, but especially in Game 2. Single-digit hits and only scored in 2 innings. That was a completely different story on Monday. 7 of the 9 starters recorded hits. It just seemed like everything was clicking offensively for Anchorage. Everything else worked as well. The fielding was better. The pitching was better. But that 9 runs has to jump off the paper at you, and it certainly did. It was a loud hits and loud runs for the Bucs on Monday.
So much was going well, and the man at the front and center of it was James Provencio, the third baseman. Picked up 4 hits, went 4 for 5 on the day. We talked to him after the game. He was so excited, just ready to get the season going. And how about that start for James Provencio? Speaking of James Provencio, he'll be featured a lot in these highlights coming up. So let's take a look back 2 days ago at how opening day went down.
The exhibition games are over, and it's time for the real thing. And what better way to start the 2025 Alaska Baseball League season than an in-town rivalry? It's the Anchorage Bucs and the Anchorage Glacier Pilots from a cloudy Mulcahy Stadium. Welcome inside our broadcast booth here at Mulcahy Stadium alongside Milo Hoffman. My name's Alex Burstein. First pitch, hit up the middle and underneath the glove of Marks. Turning third is Bantam. There's not going to be a throw home, and that's an RBI single for Reese Sherman. The Bucs lead 1-0. An unfortunate placement on a glove there for the shortstop Marks, but the Bucs will take it. Of course, Cooper Soselski still at the plate. The 0-1. Hope towards right field, and that's going to drop. Goes all the way to the warning track. 1 runs in to score. Coming in is Haas, safely into second base with a 2 RBI double. Is Cooper Soselski to throw home? Is it time? They tried to send James Provencio as well, all the way from first. He'll get tagged out. Try to make it 2. He bounces this one past the shortstop Haas. Turning third base is Ness. The throw home is off the mark. Sherman will get it before it goes to the backstop, but that's an RBI single by Andrew Becker. 3-1 Bucs lead, bottom of the 4th. Here's the 0-2 offering. Slammed on the ground to the left field. 1 runs in to score. Turning third is Andrew Becker. The throw home in time. A dot from Sean Toger in left field. That will bring the inning total to 2 outs, but 1 run does come across the plate. 3-2, the Bucs with a narrow lead. First pitch. Slam, broken bat into left field, drops in front of Teasing. Turning third is McGarry. He might have tripped on the bat. He's in safely. To throw the third is not time. And that is an RBI single for Luke Taylor, and our second broken bat of the day for the Bucs. 1 away. Here's the pitch. Bounce towards short. It's a slow roller. Marks goes to second. The throw to first is off the mark. And a fielder's choice reach for Grant Haas. 1 run comes in to score. That's in the form of Corey Bantam. And it's a 6-2 ball game here in the top of the 5th for the Bucs.
The 3-1 pitch is grounded right side. Bantam can't make the play. Backing up is Gamal. He doesn't have a play. A run scores. That's Anderson. So just like that, it's 6-3 the score.
I don't think it's possible.
3-1 pitch is laced out to center field. Kai McGarry drifts over and he makes the catch on the run. Coming home to score is Hernandez. So that's a loud sac fly for Tyler Ness, and it's 6-4 the score between the Bucs and the Pilots. 2 runs home in the 7th. Arch ready. Runner goes. Pitch way outside and bounce. Sherman blocks it, and he stumbles, and a run comes in to score. Rodriguez takes advantage. 6-5 the score. Monye comes set. Gets the sign. Kicks and deals. Pitch swung on and blew to left field. Back goes teasing. Back, and it's off the wall. 1 run comes around to score. That's Gamel. Luke Taylor's in sliding to second with a ribby double. Monye set at the belt. Checks on the runner. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's hit well out to left field. Back goes teasing. He slips, and that one's off the base of the wall again. Around comes Luke Taylor. Landon Underhill in his first at-bat with the Bucs is on with a standing double, and he takes a ribby with it. After the 3rd inning, really. Pitch lined up the middle. Base hit for Provencio. Underhill comes to score. Going to 3rd is Grant Haas. He slides in safely. It's a ribby single for Provencio, and the Bucs have a 9-5 lead. Set at the belt, kicks and deals, grounded to short. Haas charges. The Bucs give up the run. He throws the first in time. Becker comes home to score, but the Bucs pick up the out, so 9-6 now. Here's the pitch, swung on and lofted high in the sky, deep to center field. That's playable. Kai McCary drifts back, makes the catch, and the ball game is over. The Bucs, in an offensive outburst, come away with a 9-6 victory here on opening day. What a way to start off the season for the Anchorage Bucs.
Milo Hoffman here with head coach Joe Silva. Game number 2, but how good did it feel to get that opening day win?
It felt good, yeah, not gonna lie. But again, it's a season of baseball, right? So being even keel, not being too high or too low, and we're already focused and onto this one.
What did you see that your team did well to pick up the victory?
Yeah, I liked our approach offensively, right? We left a lot of guys, stranded in scoring position, but, that's what happens when, it's cold and rainy and the ball's not going to travel over the fence, and innings end, right? So overall, we always countered, right? Anytime they had a crooked number, we came back with a crooked of ourselves. So that was the big reflection point. And then obviously, RJ Rouet set the tone on the mound too. I'm a big proponent of that. So those were 2 keys.
Colavecchio came in to get the save. Is that something we should expect seeing him in that role as the season goes on?
Yeah, I think for right now, we like him in the bullpen and like what we've seen, right? So, it's an ongoing fluid conversation, right? Adding our pitching coach just yesterday, too. So as he gets to know these guys and we figure everyone else on out. But, yeah, we like him in the back end of the bullpen for sure in those close games.
What are some things you want to see out of your team today to pick up the 2nd win of the season?
Just the compete factor, right? Coming out with the same energy and intensity that we did, right? Having a good offensive approach, taking care of the baseball, and everything else taking care of itself.
And how good is it to play under sun after that rain out yesterday?
Really nice. I can't even lie. It feels great. So
all right.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much to head coach Joe Silva for taking some time to talk to us before the game today. A head coach, of course, his first season as the head coach of the Anchorage Bucs, and I think so far he's done a good job. But today the starting lineups look a little bit different for Joe Silva. Let's go into how the Anchorage Bucs are lining up out there. Kai McCary will start in center field. He was out there on opening day. James Provencio moved up to the 2-hole after he had 4 hits on opening day. He'll play 3rd base. Luke Taylor with a couple knocks on opening day as well. He'll be the DH. RJ Rouet, who started the game last time out, he'll play 1st base this time. Austin Gamel at 2nd. Landon Underhill picked up a ribby double booming as he pinch hit in last game. Grant Haas at shortstop. Ren Matsuzaki getting his first start of the year as the backstop. And then Logan Yule rounded out in the 9-hole over in right field. Now, for the Glacier Pilots, it's a little bit different as well. Not as many changes, but B.J. Rodriguez will start us off and lead off in center field. Tyler Ness, the first baseman, he's hitting 2nd. Dylan Marks, the shortstop, will bat 3rd. Landon Teasing, the 3rd baseman, is cleaning up today. Andrew Beckert, the right fielder, will bat 5th. Carter Freeland, the DH, he'll bat 6th. The catching Zach Anderson is batting 7th. In left field, it's Scotty Fagan batting 8th. Weston Maisie will bat 9th over at 2nd base. And on the bump for the Glacier Pilots is Fernando Palencia out of the University of San Diego. He's from San Dimas, California. He pitched to an ERA just over 5 in his season last year with UC San Diego. And Alex, what should we expect from Fernando Palencia?
Yeah, Palencia, very impressive freshman year. Obviously, that ERA, not maybe what you usually see out of starters, but over 24 innings pitched. He hit 96 in game. Usually sits a little bit lower in that 92 to 94 range, but he has a really good 3-pitch mix. That fastball, it's a 2-seamer, a slider, and a changeup. So definitely going to be a challenge for these Bucs bats here today. We'll see what they can do against him.
Well, it's a gorgeous day here at Mulcahy Stadium. Yesterday was rained out. We were bummed about that, but excited to be right back here for game number 2. Palencia is set. He's ready to go. Kamigari digs in, the center fielder, and here we are at Mulcahy Stadium. First pitch is laced down the right field line, just foul. So McGarry jumps on the first pitch, and there's 1 strike.
Yeah, the wind pretty dead here today, so that one wasn't taken by the wind. An early start, 5:56 p.m. They did the national anthem about 12 minutes earlier than we were expecting, so I guess we'll have a little earlier of a ball game than expected today.
Ready to get it going, and how could you blame them after taking the day off yesterday? The Bucs have tomorrow off as well before heading to Herman Brothers Field for a battle with the Matsu Miners. Kamigari digs back in for the second pitch of the game. Palencia ready as well under blue skies. Here's the 0-1, swung on and chopped over the short. Dylan Marks gobbles it, throws across the diamond in time, and there's 1 gone here in the top of the first.
Yeah, it's similar to what we saw in game number 1 from Kai McGarry. He didn't play a whole ton this past spring at ASU, and as a result, he's swinging his bat a lot. It's kind of what we saw out of a few of the Bucs in the exhibition series, but very aggressive approach at the plate. He swung at both those first 2 pitches. We'll see if he can calm things down, maybe wait for his true best pitch later in this game.
Well, here comes James Provencio, probably the player of the game on opening day. 4 hits. He was going to all parts of the field. Just looks like a hitting machine out there to start off the season. Palencia ready for the first pitch to the third baseman. Here it is, outside, and it's 1-0.
Yeah, we had him down for 3 hits, but they changed an error to a hit, and he also reached on a fielder's choice. So he was 5 plate appearances and reached every time. That's about as good as it can get.
Here's the 1-0 right down Broadway, and it's 1-1.
His fielding pretty impressive as well. Had that 1 error last game, but obviously for one of the guys not coming from a huge school, one of the Texas A&M feeder schools, he's still doing very well to start off this season.
The 1-1 pitch outside, and it's 2-1. Of course, Provencio, someone that bounces around as well. We saw him taking reps at second, at short, pretty much anywhere in the infield, he's good to go. Today he's slotted in at third base. Ready on lefty matchup here. Just underway here at Mulcahy Stadium. The 2-1 pitch, check swing, called strike right down the middle. Off speed, and it's 2-2. Palencia, like you said, can get up to 96 miles an hour, showcasing the off speed there as well. A slider that just hit the back door. So 2-2 the count on James Provencio. Here's Palencia's pitch. Swung on and chopped towards the second baseman. Slow roller. On comes Maisie, off balance, and he gets Palencia. So there's 2 gone here in the top of the first. Provencio ran down the line pretty well, but couldn't beat it out. So 2 gone for Palencia, the pitcher for the Glacier Pilots. Then comes Luke Taylor, the DH.
Yeah, good play there by Maisie, fresh off of finishing his senior year of high school. He'll be playing at West Virginia next year, so you know he has a good arm, but took a couple of weird bounces, but usually a lot easier to play the ball off this turf, and Maisie doing a good job there of reading it.
Luke Taylor 2 for 5 on opening day with 2 doubles. Here's the pitch to him. That's sliced on the ground towards the first baseman. Ness takes it himself to the bag, and the Bucs go 1-2-3 in the top of the first. Nice and easy for Fernando Palencia, the pitcher out of San Diego. We'll go to the bottom half. It's the Glacier Pilots coming to bat. You're watching Anchorage Bucs baseball on the Anchorage Bucs YouTube channel. Back here at Mulcahy Stadium after a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Bucs. Now it's the Pilots coming to bat. BJ Rodriguez will lead off against Sean Togert, the starting pitcher for the Bucs. Bucs, of course, in their black tops, yellow lettering. Sean Togert played left field yesterday, so another one of those two-way players for the Bucs. He's ready for the first pitch, and he clips the outside corner for a strike.
Yeah, we saw Togert in an exhibition start last week against the Matsu Miners. Looked excellent. Went a pair of innings, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts, no hits. So a very impressive start to the year for Togert, trying to turn it into the regular season.
0-1 off speed, way outside, and it's 1-1. RJ Rouet, Sean Togert, actually roommates, starting first 2 games of the season for the Bucs. Of course, Rouet over there at first, defending now. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and chopped towards Rouet. He picks it up, he'll take it himself, and there's 1 gone in the bottom half of the first.
Well, I don't think either of these teams are waiting for their pitches. They're just way too excited after a day off to be swinging the bats because we've seen a lot of grounders, a lot of bouncers. They're on top of the ball, not waiting for their pitches. But, hey, I mean, that's good for the pitchers, and we'll see if either team kind of settles into their rhythm quicker here.
Guys, the rain's not here today. We don't have to rush through this one as much.
Start early even, extra time.
Here's Tyler Ness, the hitter. He lines one towards the shortstop Haas, who grabs it in the air. A line out for Tyler Ness, and there's 2 gone quickly.
Yeah, Grant Haas just flashes his glove there. He's been possibly the most impressive fielder we've seen. He might be the only guy who started every single game at the same position. Yes,
Yeah.
he is. So Haas making an excellent impact both at the plate and in the field, and a really good play there from the shortstop.
So here's Dylan Marks, the shortstop. Trying to catch my breath up here as we're just underway in the bottom half of the first. Togert's pitch, off speed, nearly clipped him inside. So it's 1-0 on Dylan Marks. Yesterday, Marks had 3 hits and 5 at-bats, scored a run. Really nice day for the shortstop. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball caught the outside portion of the strike zone, so it's 1-1 on Marks. Gorgeous day here in Anchorage. Fans filing into their seats. The 1-1 pitch, off-speed, topped down the third baseline. That'll drift foul. So 1-2. Just like that, the Bucs 1 strike away from working their own 1-2-3 first.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of off-speed from Togert early on, and as we mentioned, it's been not super hard-hit balls staying in the infield, so it seems like the batter's just having a struggle timing up against Togert's pitches, so wouldn't be surprised to see that stay the same.
Of course, everyone's settling in. Just the second game of the season. Here's the 1-2 from Togert. Fastball lined down the right field line. That'll go foul. Here's the bullpen over there of the Glacier Pilots. So they'll do the 1-2 again. You heard there in the pregame from Coach. He's so excited to play under the sun. Some of these guys from California, this is what they're used to. They saw the rain, and they're like, oh no, but now this is what you come here for. The 1-2 pitch, check swing, just fouled at the plate, so they'll do the 1-2 again. Mark's putting up a battle here, the first long pitch count of the afternoon. And we'll move into the night as well. Sometimes this lighting really gets me confused. It feels like the afternoon and night all day long.
6 p.m.
Here's the kick in the deal. Pitch, way outside, bounced up there, so it's 2-2. Alex and I saw a beautiful rainbow yesterday at about 11:30 p.m., followed by a just gorgeous sunset. So the nature is naturing over here in Alaska. The 2-2 pitch, taken just outside. It was a fastball, and it's 3-2 on Dylan Marks, the shortstop.
Yeah, Togert thought he had that one, started to hop off the mound into the dugout, but umpire will say at least one more pitch and a big full count offering here for Togert.
Togert's ready, so is Marks. Out of the windup. Here's the payoff pitch, bounced up there, and it's the first base runner of the day. Sean Togert, a walk to Dylan Marks, so he'll take first. Up comes Landon Teasing, the third baseman. 0 for 3 on opening day was Teasing. We've seen so many long counts so far, from the exhibition games to back on Monday, or Sunday that was. Back to seeing it again from Dylan Marks. Togert out of the stretch, checks on the runner. Here's the pitch, swung on and lofted high in the air. Out of the infield, drifts over is Gamel. Now he's called off by the shortstop, Grant Haas, and he makes the play. So after a walk in the first base runner of the night, Toger able to work out of it, cause a fly out, and that'll do it in the bottom half of the first for the Pilots. We'll head to the second inning. Bucs coming to bat. Let's see what they can do. Don't go anywhere. It's Anchorage Bucs baseball. Back here at Mulcahy Stadium for the second inning. 0-0 between the Bucs and the Pilots. Offense is really aggressive so far. Pilots had a walk there, but a quick fly out to end the inning. Up comes R.J. Rouet, the first baseman for today. Pitched on opening day, went 3 innings of scoreless ball, struck out 4. That'll do his hitting. So many of these players, two-way, he'll get a lot of reps in both the mound and the field. He digs in. Valencia's ready. Here's the first pitch to Rouet. He swings on the first pitch and lofts it high in the sky to left center field. Back goes Fagan, and he makes the grab right in front of the track. So there's one gone quickly in the top of the second.
Yeah, that ball carried out to left field. We mentioned just a little bit of wind. Now it's blowing further out in that left direction. However, once again, just these early swings from the Bucs. You want to see them settle down a little bit and really find your pitch.
So Austin Gamel now, the second baseman. He picked up his first 2 hits of the season back on opening day. Had a double right down the third baseline. Here's Valencia's pitch, taken right down the gut, and it's 0-1. Valencia back on the rubber, set at the chest. Pitcher out of San Diego. His 0-1 is taken for another strike, and it's 0-2. An off speed that just clipped the bottom of the zone. Austin Gamel, another one of those players who's bounced around the infield and outfield. Played left, right. Here's the pitch, swung on and slowly hobbled down the third baseline. Coming on is the third baseman teasing, and he throws over, not in time. So Austin Gamel on a bar with a infield single.
Yeah, not super well hit ball there from Gamel, but obviously he's speedy down the base path. Teasing did a great job to get to the ball. We saw a couple of airs in the hot corner during opening day. Gloves that one perfectly, but it's hard to beat speed, and that's what Gamel has. An excellent first hit of the day for either one of these teams.
Yeah, Gamel does have speed, like you just said. Can also rip it, though. Has a lot of pop. Goes to right field over in batting practice. Hits a couple over the fence. Now Landon Underhill, who laced a double after he pinch hit on opening day. Here's the pitch, taken down low, and it's 1-0. First base runner of the day on board for the Bucs. It's Austin Gamel, the second baseman. Underhill out of Dallas Baptist University. Showed his pop a couple days ago. Then he struck out as well, so 1 for 2. Here's Valencia's pitch inside, and it's 2-0. 3 umpire crew on board today. First time of the season we've seen that. Home over at second and at first. Palencia out of the stretch, checks on Gamel. Here's the pitch, nearly hits Underhill. So just like that, it's 3-0 on the Bucs left fielder.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of speed out of Palencia, but that's back-to-back pitches that Underhill's had to kick back his legs. So control maybe an issue, and with that, Gamel's going to take an even bigger lead, just in case, wild pitch, something crazy happens.
He's ready. So is Palencia. Here's the 3-0 offering way outside, and that's a 4-pitch walk to Landon Underhill. Gamel trots over to second base, so the left fielder is aboard with a walk. And up comes the shortstop, Grant Haas. Already saw his defense on that line out.
See, that's what you can do when you're patient at the plate.
There you go.
Draw walks, especially 4-pitch walks.
Yeah.
That's the best kinds.
1 for 4 was Haas on opening day. He also worked a walk. Picked up a ribby as well. It's Gamel off second and Underhill off first. Just underway here at Mulcahy Stadium. Palencia's pitch is taken down the middle, and it's 0-1, a fastball. He works up there in velo. You can tell from up here. The pop from the catcher's mitt is just a little bit different. Haas digs into the right-hander's batter's box. Palencia is set. Checks on both runners. The kick in the deal swung on and fouled right back. Good hack from Grant Haas, and it's 0-2 on the shortstop. Good crowd aboard today. Couple fans under us, down both baselines. Picturesque. I don't know why you wouldn't want to come out to the ballpark on a night
Perfect day
like
for
this.
baseball.
Stunning. Palencia ready for the 0-2. Checks on the runners. Halted. Now he kicks and deals. Off speed. Just missed the inside portion.
Oh, it hit him.
And they'll say it hit Grant Haas. So must have just clipped his armor right there on his left elbow. He'll walk over to first. So there's one out, and the base is juiced for the Bucs. And up comes the catcher, Ren Matsuzaki, with his first at-bat of the season.
Yeah, I think Haas might have been just as surprised as the pitcher Palencia was, because no one moved other than the umpire, but he saw a little bit of the ball hit Haas there, and
Yeah.
it's back-to-back free passes, and the Bucs threatening here.
A big opportunity for Ren Matsuzaki. Palencia is set at the belt. Here's the pitch, swung on and fouled back, left side. Matsuzaki, of course, didn't play on opening day, but we saw him in some exhibition action. Gunned out a runner, looked really smooth back there behind the plate. 0-1's the count on the backstop. Runners lead off all bases. Here's the pitch, taken down low, and it's 1-1. Good take from Matsuzaki. From Honolulu, Hawaii. And goes to North Park University, a junior over there. So 1-1 the count with the bases juiced. Palencia ready. Here's the offering. Taken for a strike right down Broadway, and it's 1-2. If he hits one into the gaps, the merry-go-round will be off. Pretty much all the runners on the base paths right now have good speed. Palencia out of the stretch. Looks in, gets the sign. Now the 1-2 pitch, taken inside, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, Matsuzaki a little hesitant to swing his bat here. Obviously, the one thing you don't want to do is ground into a double play, so he's waiting for his pitch. We've already seen some control issues out of Palencia this inning, so might as well just wait, hold off on a couple.
Infield back, playing for the double play. Here's the 2-2 pitch, chopped on the ground to second. Maisie gathers, they'll give up the run, rolls it over to first, and he got Matsuzaki, but that's a ribby for the catcher, and the Bucs are on the board. It's 1-0 here in the second.
Yeah, that was a almost disastrous play for Maisie as he caught in his glove, had a couple seconds, but decided to try to get fancy with it, flip it himself. It ended up taking 3 hops into the glove of the first baseman Ness, but they do get Matsuzaki. But hey, Bucs are on top early. That's how you get RBIs. You play small ball and working for the Bucs early on.
Exactly. Small ball will get you far. Austin Gamel was the one who came around to score. So now it's Logan Ewell with his first action of the regular season. The right fielder, pitch to him, is down low, and it's 1-0. Logan Ewell out of Paradise Valley Community College. He played center back on the exhibition game. The 1-0 pitch to him is laced on a line, down in center field, and it's down for a base hit. It gets by the center fielder, B.J. Rodriguez. 2 runs come around to score. Logan Ewell round second. He'll go into third standing. That's a big hit for Logan Ewell, his first of the year, and the Bucs are up 3-0.
Yeah, that took a wicked bounce out there in center field. B.J. Rodriguez, who's done great so far this year for the Glacier Pilots, was ready to field it with his glove, but it ends up bouncing from the left to the right. He had to jump up and try to grab it with his hand. Wasn't quite tall enough, not a super tall player out there in center, and that's a huge hit for Logan Ewell and the Bucs.
Big hit for the kid out of Arizona. Here's the first pitch to McGarry. He went around on the off speed, and it's 0-1.
I'm glad no errors given there, because that's a very tough ball for B.J. Rodriguez, and Ewell will get the triple like he deserved.
All the way around to third. 2 outs for the Bucs here in the second, already 3 in. Kai McGarry at the dish. Here's the pitch to him, swing and a miss, and it's 0-2 on the center fielder. Logan Ewell just took that fastball and lined it right up center field. That's exactly the picturesque swing you want to see. 0-2's the count on Kai McGarry. Palencia is set. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Pitch is upstairs. Appeal to first is safe. So it's 1-2 on Kai McGarry.
Yeah, that's a deceiving pitch because it's coming straight from the pitcher's hand to the glove of the catcher. You can easily mistake that for one you can hammer over, but just a little too high in the good eye there from McGarry.
So 1-2's the count. Here's the kick in the deal. Topped foul, third base side. Kai McGarry picked up his first hit on opening day with the Bucs. Went 1 for 5. Also worked a walk and struck out once. Already today, grounded out to short quickly. It was a quick first inning for the Bucs. Now they're getting the offense going in the second. Here's the kick in the deal, and it hit Kai McGarry on the left shoulder. That won't feel too good, especially with Palencia's velocity. So McGarry will run over to first on a hit by pitch. So there's runners on the corners for the Bucs now, and up comes Provencio.
Yeah, good to see McGarry able to run over the first, but that one's going to leave a bruise. You can see him flinch for a quick second, but there's no escaping that one. You mentioned Palencia's speed, but second hit by pitch of the inning, and that's more painful than the first one for sure.
Yeah, that certainly does not feel good. He'll run it off. He's over at first, a steal threat. Here's Provencio. Pitch to him is a strike on the outside corner.
Yeah, we've already seen McGarry steal one base. He got third and then was caught trying to steal home on the same play last game. But you mentioned he has that speedy build, and we'll see if they send him with 2 outs.
0-1's the count. McGarry off first. Palencia ready. Runner goes. It's McGarry. Throw down from the catcher. Bounces up there, not in time. Gets by him, trickles a couple feet away. So now there's runners in scoring position for the Bucs. Second and third occupied. The count's 1-1 on Provencio.
Yeah, the shortstop Marks was positioned a foot or two away from the bag, so it would have been a hard tag no matter what, but the throw a little bit off as well, and just nothing went right there for the Pilots.
Palencia set now, trying to work out of this jam. The 1-1 pitch is lined foul. Good hack by Provencio. In on the hand, so it's 1-2. Provencio grounded out to second, back in the first. Bucs offense showcasing what they can do, and they're feeling good at the dish. Already 3 runs in. Can they get more in? Here's the pitch. Swung on and chopped up the middle. On comes the second baseman, Maisie. He dives, and there's no play for him. Coming around to score is McGarry. He's in safely. 2 runs come for the Bucs. Provencio goes to second on the error. And just like that, it's 5-0 Bucs here in the second.
Yeah, the shift was on for the Pilots because the second baseman, Maisie, was playing about 2/3 of the way closer to first base than second, so he had to make a long run over there with a lefty batter. There wasn't really a chance at the play, and obviously you don't want to test McGarry's speed. He easily gets in the home there. Not sure they're going to mark that an error. Yes, they will. They'll give a throwing error on the Pilots, but now a 5-run inning, everything working for the Bucs.
It's the crooked numbers that'll get you. This is one certainly. 5 runs already home for the Bucs, and now it's Luke Taylor, the DH. Provencio off second. His hot hitting keeps going, and it's a swing and a miss for Taylor. That one didn't necessarily have the velo off the bat, but seeing eye singles, they call it. Maisie kept it in the infield, and then he tossed to the shortstop. It's almost like he went to him to try to make the throw over to first because there was no one running to second. Here's the 0-1 pitch, taken outside. 1-1. Luke Taylor, the DH. Bucs one hitter away from batting around the order. Palencia set. Runner off second, it's Provencio. Pitch is an off-speed down low, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, and you hate to pull a starter this early, but the bullpen already getting hot for the Pilots. Palencia, with a 1-2-3 first, looked like this was going to be a long outing for him, and now things have just taken a complete 180.
3 hits on the board for the Bucs. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That's fouled back right by us, and it's 2-2. Luke Taylor grounded out to first, back in the first. Like I said, had 2 doubles on opening day, one all the way off the wall in left field. So he has pop. Beautiful day here at Mulcahy Stadium in Anchorage, Alaska. 2-2's the count. Here's Palencia's offering. Off speed, drifted into the other batter's box. So it's 3-2 on Luke Taylor. 5 runs already home for the Bucs. Palencia trying to work off this one. Can imagine he's probably sweaty out there. Payoff pitch, outside. That's a walk. Luke Taylor's on board now. So there's 2 on for the Bucs, and the inning keeps on going. RJ Rouet, who actually started off the inning on a first pitch swing fly out to center field. He's now up. So the Bucs have batted around after Alex and I argued about it last night. If Rouet wouldn't have come up, they would have batted through.
I'm shocked we haven't seen a mound visit yet because Palencia is struggling with almost all of his stuff here, but they're going to keep him throwing against this 10th batter of the inning.
Here's the pitch, upstairs, and it's 1-0. Fastball from Palencia. You're right. I've noticed so far, pitchers have been a little hesitant to go out and talk to their pitchers on the mound. I'm not exactly sure what it's about. But they're letting Palencia deal with this one. Counts 1-0. Here's the pitch. Fastball outside again. 2-0.
And the hesitant use of the bullpen kind of surprising because the Pilots, they do play tomorrow, but after that, Thursday and Friday are off. So you're going to have a lot of fresh arms. You didn't play yesterday. A lot of guys available, but they're going to keep Palencia out there for at least a little bit longer.
2-0's the count on RJ Rouet. Pitch to him is a strike. Just clipped the inside corner, and it's 2-1. Almost looked like Rouet was taken all the way there. Palencia needed to prove that he could find the strike zone, and he did. Runners off first and second for the Bucs. Rouet at the dish. 2-1's the count. Here's the offering. Fastball strike. And just like that, it's 2-2 on the first baseman.
Yeah, good framing job there by Anderson. That was a borderline strike where his glove ended up. It was right in the strike zone and fooled the home plate umpire just enough.
Taylor off first, Provencio off second. Palencia out of the stretch. Gets the sign, the kick, and the deal outside. And it's full on RJ Rouet. Another fastball from Palencia. He's gone back and forth between the off speed, but it seems like he can't find the strike zone as much with that heater. Rouet wiggles the bat along his left shoulder. Now he comes set. So does the pitcher. Here's the pitch, way inside. So it's a walk for RJ Rouet. The bases are once again loaded for the Bucs. Austin Gamel now the hitter. Can they get more in what's already been a crooked inning?
Yeah, and the most impressive thing for the Bucs here is they've done this only off of 3 hits. You had the hits from Gamel, Ewell, and then one from Provencio a couple batters ago, but you have a pair of walks, 3 walks, 2 hit by pitches. They found other ways to get on, and that's been the story of the year so far for the Bucs.
Here's the pitch to Gamel upstairs, and Valencia's really having a hard time out there finding the strike zone. 1-0 on Gamel, the second baseman. Bases are juiced, just underway here in the second inning. Second game of the ABL. Pitch, swung on and lofted. It's a looper down the third baseline, foul territory, and it gets down. No one can get there, so it's a strike on Gamel. In off the hands, just fought that one off. Bases are juiced. 5 runs already home for the Bucs in this second inning. The game has significantly slowed down. Palencia comes set, out of the stretch, ready for the 1-1. Here's the pitch, way outside, and it's 2-1. Really struggling out there is Palencia. Looked like he was gonna really cruise through this one, or at least the first couple innings, but he's halted heavily here in the second. The 2-1 pitch, swung on and fouled back. So 2-2 on Gamel.
Yeah, if you're the Bucs right now, you really don't have to swing at anything unless it's right in the middle of the zone because of how much struggle Palencia has had finding the strike zone. That was a pretty decent pitch to Gamel. He takes his hacks, but patience has worked so far for Anchorage here in the top of the second.
2-2's the count. Bases juiced. Here's the pitch. Bounced up there, so the count's once again full for the Bucs. This time Austin Gamel's working it. So the merry-go-round will be running, as they like to say. Dangerous spot here for the Bucs. Palencia set. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit high in the air, deep to right center field. Becker drifts over. That's playable. And he makes the catch, called off by the center fielder Rodriguez. So a fly out to center field for Gamel. Put a good charge into that one, but not far enough. 5 runs come home for the Bucs, and it's 5-0 as we head to the bottom half of the second. We're watching Anchorage Bucs baseball. Don't go anywhere. Back here at Mulcahy Stadium, Bucs scored 5 in the top half of the second. We'll see what the Glacier Pilots have up their sleeve. It'll be Andrew Becker, the right fielder, leading us off, and that's the offensive output that you like to see the Bucs have out there, Alex. I mean, just impressive stuff.
Yeah, very similar to what was seen on Monday. This offense just rolling.
Toger's first pitch is a strike on the outside corner. One thing that's important, you want to see Toger have a lockdown inning. When your offense is feeling this hot, you want to keep it rolling. He's ready for the 0-1 already. He pitches outside, and it's 1-0. Andrew Becker had 3 hits back on opening day. Really good bat from that left side. Pitch to him is lined towards center field. McGarry drifts over, and he makes the play. Oh, he can't make the play. It gets by him. It looked like from up here he had it, but Andrew Becker is on with a single. It's almost like McGarry there got blinded by the sun.
Yeah, it's definitely possible with where the sun is kind of right above us in the press box. That's glaring down at the center fielder, but he got to the place in time. He had his glove out. I'm not sure if it went next to his glove or right above it, but that's a tough break in air to the center fielder.
Now, McGarry couldn't make that play, but he got there fast, showed off the speed. So Becker off first. Now it's Carter Freeland. Pitch to him is a strike on the outside corner. The DH for today, getting his first action of the season. Lefty, once again, Glacier Pilots are flooded with left-handed bats. Toger out of the stretch, checks back the runner, and Becker is back safely. Pretty good move there from Toger. I think we were talking about this back when we saw him a couple days ago. He has a fast move over to first.
Yes.
Very good to see out of that right-hander. Becker off first. Toger out of the stretch. Ready for the 0-1. Here's the pitch. Outside. 1-1.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how many times you go over to Ray, just considering how inexperienced in the last couple of years. He is at first base. He's been pitching the last few years, not playing in the field, but we'll see. Maybe they'll throw him right into the fire.
Freeland's the batter. The count's 1-1. Togert's ready, gets the sign. Here's the pitch. Lofted foul left side. So 1-2 on Carter Freeland. Yesterday, or not yesterday, 2 days ago, the Pilots showed that whenever the Bucs scored, they had an answer. Will that be the case once again today as the Rockets fly up into the air here at Mulcahy Stadium? I don't know exactly what it is.
I
but
don't
some
think
sort
they're
of army
rockets.
I wish it was rockets. That would
Probably
be pretty cool.
military jets.
Here's Togert's 1-2, fastball high, and it's 2-2.
I love your childlike fascination. No
I
matter
know.
where we are, you'll always point out an airplane or a rocket or whatever it is.
I
in
mean,
the
we saw a
sky.
rainbow last night. I don't know. I think anything's possible. Check back the runner from Togert. He's safe. So Beckert's getting some attention over there at first. Just underway here at Mulcahy, bottom of the second. Bucks up 5-0 on a 5 spot in the top half of this inning. 2-2's the count. Runner goes. Becker off first. Pitches down low, and he slides in safely. It was a ball, and it's 3-2 on Carter Freeland. So first runner in scoring position for the Pilots. Becker showcasing his speed.
Yeah, tough break there from Matsuzaki, who got up, and we've seen him gun down the runner already this year, but ball just slipped out of his glove, and no point in throwing late to the bag.
Toger checks on the runner at second. It's Becker. Now he's ready for the payoff pitch. Off speed, got him looking. Frozen ropes. Carter Freeland down on strikes, and there's one gone in the bottom half of the second. Zach Anderson, now the catcher, will go up to the dish. Really nice stuff from Sean Togert. Nice movement on that pitch. Worked in on the lefty and then bounced back towards the middle of the strike zone. Here's the first pitch to Freeland. He lofts it high in the sky to right field. Logan Yule drifts over by the foul line, makes the grab. Tagging is Becker. He goes from second to third. Throw is not in time. Good throw from Logan, though. Really tested Becker's speed there, but he's in safely. So it's a sacrifice or a flyout for Carter Freeland, and there's two gone.
Yeah, Becker's half a second slower on that one. He's getting gunned down. That was almost a perfect throw. It took a small bounce in front of Provencio's glove, but an excellent throw from Logan Yule, and more importantly, a big second out to try to get out of this inning.
Pitch taken down the middle for a strike. Scotty Fagan, the left fielder, up. Togert's offering, fouled right back, right over us, and it's 0-2. So 2 outs, runner on third for the Pilots. They try to get one back after the Bucs put up a 5 spot in the top half of this inning. They did that a lot on opening day. Always had an answer. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and Toger's got him swinging. 2 strikeouts in the inning for the man on the for the Bucs. And the Glacier Pilots strand the runner on third. We'll go to the third inning. Here still 5-0, Bucs on top. You're watching Anchorage Bucs baseball. We'll be right back. We're back here at Mulcahy. New pitcher on the bump for the Pilots. It's Peter Phillips, sophomore out of Randolph-Macomb College. Hails from Virginia Beach over in Virginia. Last season posted an ERA of 5.08. Struck out 49 batters in 56 and 2/3 innings, but also walked 27 guys. So has the strikeout stuff, but sometimes struggles with control. Leading off for the Bucs is Landon Underhill, the left fielder. He walked back in the second inning. Phillips ready, set at the belt. Here's the offering outside, and the count's 1-0 on today's left fielder for the Bucs.
It ends up being a pretty rough outing for Fernando Palencia. 2 innings pitched, gave up 2 hits, but the big number, 5 runs, all of which were earned to go along with 3 walks.
The 1-0 offering is a strike on the outside corner.
Not what you want to see in your first outing of the summer, but hey, there's a lot more of the year to improve.
Exactly. Now Phillips has a wonky windup here. He kind of extends his arms real out wide as he's ready for the 1-1. Cut on and miss by Underhill. And it's 1-2. Really extends his arm, gets high, and his vantage point is just sort of beaming down on the hitter. Started 12 games last season, so he's stretched out somewhat. Taken over in the 3rd inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch, down low, and it's 2-2. A lot of these Bucs players getting a ton of at-bats. If you bat around this much, that's what you sign up for.
Well, even last game, we saw 6 plate appearances for some guys.
2-2 just outside. Counts full. I think if you're a hitter, you'll take 6 at-bats any day of the week. Got some extra, giving them out for free.
Yeah. Milo wants to hit.
I do. Hopefully, eventually, we'll see. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on and chopped right side. The first baseman, Neffs, drifts over. Fields to Phillips. He gets his bag on in time, and it's a ground out for Landon Underhill. Sort of a wonky play over there to the right side of the infield, but conducted fairly well. So there's 1 out here in the 3rd.
Yeah, that's why you're lucky that your pitcher on the mound is 6'4", because he was off the bag and then had to stretch his leg out and get his foot to hit the far edge of the bag, but gets there just in time for a big first out.
So now it's Grant Haas, the shortstop. Pitch to him is left upstairs. 1-0. Looked like a fastball from Phillips. Just underway here in the 3rd inning. 5-0 to score. 1-0. High sky ball. That'll stay in the infield. Ness takes a peek, and it's out of play. So 1-1 on Grant Haas.
Yeah, it didn't quite stay in the infield
Nope.
there.
Just peeked over into the seats. Must be such a relief for the players to play in this type of weather. I already said it, but how could you not enjoy? The flags out there in left field are sort of breezing towards left field, actually, so different from what we've seen. Normally it's out to right, this time to left, so any pull hitter will be pleased by that if you're a righty. Counts 1-1 on Haas. The pitch from Phillips, bounce up there, and it's 2-1.
Yeah, I feel like you summoned the wind. You can hear it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not as heavy as we've seen in most of the games. Kind of a relaxed breeze out there to left field, but has picked up a few times today. So if you time it right, you could send one a long way.
Pitch inside. 3-1 on Grant Haas. Bucs already showed that they can work a walk with the best of them, so Haas would love to do that here with 1 out, get as much traffic as you can. On deck is Ren Matsuzaki, the catcher. And here's the 3-1 pitch. Went around was Haas. It was a pitch that was probably a ball, so head coach Joe Silva can't be too pleased with that one. So it's a full count on the shortstop.
Yeah, you can tell Haas wants that one back. He kind of held back halfway through, but at that point, you just got to fully commit because you're going all the way around either way.
The payoff pitch is skied in the air. This one probably won't stay in the infield. It doesn't, and it bounces above us, foul territory. That one was pretty close, Alex. I thought that might have a chance. We have our camera set out in front of us. It's outside, so nothing's protecting it.
If you see your feet go down in a heap, well, probably a foul ball as Alex is knocking on wood. Counts full on Haas. Phillips ready. The kick and the deal. Pitch, line towards left field. That's high in the sky. Back goes the left fielder, faking in front of the track, and he makes the play. Hit pretty well by Haas. Gave it a ride, but not long enough. It's a fly out to left, so there's 2 gone here in the third.
Yeah, I thought the wind was going to take that one a little bit more than it did, but Fagan played a good game out there and left, and Haas just a little bit off from reaching the warning track, maybe getting a few bases.
So now it's Ren Matsuzaki, the catcher. He had a fielder's choice, Ribby, back in the second. Pitch, outside.
So your prediction was first home run of the
I
year
did.
today. Do you still feel that with the weather conditions and
There's
the
been
wind?
a couple foul ball or sky balls knocked down. That one was hit pretty well as the 1-0 comes home. It's a strike on the outside corner. I'm going to stand by it.
Okay.
I still think that there's going to be a homer today. And by the looks of it, probably to left field because the wind isn't going out to right.
It's a good bet.
Maybe one of these right-handed hitters will get a hold of one. The 1-1 pitch is outside, 2-1. Matsuzaki still looking for his first knock of the season, but picked up a ribby in his last time at the dish. 2-1 pitch, cut on and missed, 2-2. Nice off speed there, backdoor action from Phillips. Right on left matchup, favorable for Matsuzaki as he digs back in. Ready for the 2-2. Here's the offering, cut on and fouled at the dish. Just got a piece of it, so they'll do the 2-2 once again. Logan Yule on deck. He had that booming triple to center field.
Yeah, I'm sure Phillips would be comfortable not having to face him in this inning, especially with a runner on.
You can't blame him. Here's the 2-2 pitch, way outside, so it's once again full. As he stretches out his arms, works back up to the rubber. Logan Yule is feeling good after that triple. 3-2's the count on Matsuzaki. Here's the offering, foul back. Phillips and Mingsy's back safely. So still 3-1. Maisie takes his lead. Togert peers in for the sign. Checks on the runner. Out of the stretch, he's ready. Checks back, and Maisie is safe. Really keeping an eye on the Pilot's second baseman. Five nothing to score between the Bucs and the Pilots in the third inning. Togert ready. And here's the 3-1. Outside, and that's a walk. So no outs and 2 aboard for the Pilots. They've got something brewing here in the third. And up comes Tyler Ness, the first baseman, lined out to short his first time up.
Next for the Pilots, number 3, Tyler Ness.
So Rodriguez aboard, his first walk of the season. Togert with his first walk of the game, and Ness is showing bunt. He gets it down, third base side, slow roller. On comes Provencio. He throws across the diamond in time. Nice play by James Provencio, the third baseman, to get the out. Runners advance to second and third, so job well done from Tyler Ness, the first baseman. So up comes Dylan Marks, the shortstop. Pilots threatening here.
Dylan Marks.
Marks worked a walk back in the first. Here's the pitch. Inside, that hit him. First pitch to Marks, and he takes it off the left shoulder. So he's aboard, and the bases are loaded for the Pilots for their cleanup hitter, Landon Teasing, the third baseman. So Sean Togert has worked himself into some trouble here. In the bottom of the third, bases juiced for Landon Teasing, who flew out to shortstop back in the first. Got him loaded. First pitch to teasing. Outside, and it's 1-0. Sogert set at the chest, trying to work into and out of trouble here. 1 out. Pitch swung on and lofted high in the air. That's at center field. Kai McGarry drifts over, and he makes the catch. Tagging from third is Rodriguez, and he's in safely. So that's a sac fly, and the Pilots are aboard. It's 5-1. Weston Maisie, the second baseman, comes home from third. So a sac fly, not the worst thing for Sean Togert. 5-1 the score now. And up comes Andrew Becker, the right fielder. Togert set. Here's the pitch. Swung on and lofted foul.
That foul ball is brought to you by Fielder's Choice.
5-1, so the Pilots able to get one here in the third. Trying to fight their way back into this one. Second game of the ABL. Bucs picked up the opening day victory. The batter's Andrew Becker, the right fielder. Here's Togert's pitch, lofted towards center field. McGarry, that's playable. He stops moving and he makes the catch. So the side is eventually retired for Togert. The Pilots do get one run home. And we go to the top of the fourth. It's 5-1 Bucs. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Anchorage Bucs baseball. Back here at Mulcahy Stadium, 5-1, Bucs on top. Pilots picked up a run in the third inning. Bucs still have a comfortable lead, though, up by 4. Here's Kai McGarry, the leadoff hitter. Still Phillips on the bump. Pitch is grounded foul, third base side.
That foul ball is brought to you by
Yeah, Phillips looked pretty comfortable in that last half inning of work he had in the third. He definitely doesn't have the same speed as Palencia, but was placing the ball better. So we'll give him a chance for a second outing.
Phillips is ready. McGarry 0 for 2 on the day. Sorry, 0 for 1 was hit by pitch. That one's chopped over the third. Teasing has it. Throws across the diamond, and they got him. Got the speedy McGarry. So there's one out here in the fourth.
Yeah, it was a much closer play than you would have expected off the bat. It was a slow bouncer, but good job by Teasing to gather quickly and get it out of his glove, and pretty routine 5-3 put out.
So now it's James Provencio who reached on an infield single back in the second, brought home 2 more runs. He is hot right now. 5 of his last 7 for Provencio, the third baseman.
That's not too bad.
Here's Phillips' pitch, taken for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Crazy how quickly he's jumped up in the lineup. We talked about it last time, but he went from 9 to 8 last week to Monday, and now 8 to 2. It's a pretty
Bouncing
big
all
jump
around.
up, yeah.
Phillips ready. Here's the 0-1 offering. Pitch. Bounces up there, and it's 1-1. Off speed from Phillips. Provencio's shown that he can cover all parts of the plate. He can go opposite. He can pull it. And his last hit was right up the middle. Hit it on the ground, of course. Good speed, too, so any ground ball is not a guaranteed out. 1-1. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Appeal down to third. And he didn't go, so it's 2-1. Bucs trying to pick up their second win of the season. 2-1 pitch is just outside. So it's 3-1.
I will correct you on one thing. Provencio's last hit, unfortunately, charged as a fielder's choice, so he will not grab the hit there. But still a reach, and that's what he's done in the last few games.
3-1's the count. Pitch outside. Provencio's aboard with a walk.
Like we said, he finds ways to reach even if it's not a hit.
Continues to find himself on base. Now it's Luke Taylor, the DH, up to the plate.
He's now reached 7 of his last 8 plate appearances.
7 of 8 to start off the season. You can't ask for much more. The only thing better would probably be 8 of 8. Almost perfect for Provencio. Here's Taylor. He walked back in the second inning. Pitch, check swing, appeal. He went around, so it's 0-1 on Taylor.
Yeah, I think he both went around and that was a strike, so 2 ways that would have gone for Taylor, but, you know, he's still finding his swing. Well, we talked with him before the game. You'll hear it later, but he's really finalizing his plate approach, and it's working pretty well.
Pitch from Phillips, fouled right back. So quickly 0-2 on the DH.
Brought to you by Teamsters Local 959.
Taylor walked, grounded out to first, picked up 2 doubles on opening day. Like I said a couple innings ago, one of them off the wall, the other one a broken bat. Polar opposites when his 2 doubles, but listen, they both look the same in the score sheet. Phillips ready, Provencio off first. Here's the 0-2 pitch, off speed outside, 1-2, that was a slider.
I did learn he got a new bat.
Oh,
Quickly,
nice.
Yes, he's not borrowing. He got his own new one, so.
I wonder if he bought it out here, do you think?
I believe he said it was shipped to him.
Okay.
To his bat company.
That would make
so.
more sense.
Yeah.
You went to get a glove a couple days ago. Might
I
have seen
did.
Taylor. 1-2 pitch is fouled right side. That'll find the seats, or probably further. The car is out on the street.
That foul ball is brought to you by
1-2 the count on Luke Taylor. Here in the 4th inning, 5-1, Bucs on top. Offense has looked real good these first couple games. Taylor out of Long Beach State, sophomore. Number 2 prospect out of Utah. 1-2 offering. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Heater froze Luke Taylor, so there's 2 gone here in the 4th inning. And up comes the first baseman, R.J. Rue.
Yeah, first strikeout of the outing for Phillips, but it seemed like that was going to come in due time. He's had good stuff, and now is congratulated with a strikeout, and we'll see if he can get out of this inning despite the reach by Provencio.
So R.J. Rue now up, flew out to left field and also walked when they batted around in the 2nd inning. Pitches a ball to him. Phillips set at the belt, trying to work out of the 4th. Provencio off first. Here's the pitch. Just clipped the outside corner. 1-1. Rue doing the most, as you could say, here on the diamond. Pitching, hitting, playing first. Counts 1-1 on him. Pitch is narrowly outside. So 2-1 on the first baseman.
Yeah, we've seen Phillips loves to try to paint the corners, and for the most part, he's done a good job. That one very borderline, but when you're able to do it, you can throw balls like that because you often get a lot of chases.
2-1, clips the outside corner right
There
on
you have
the
it.
paint, like
Yep.
you said. So 2-2. I think, Alex, most pitchers like to paint the outside corner.
A lot do. Not as many can, but we're seeing Phillips very good at it.
The definition of easier said than done.
Exactly.
Provencio off first. 2-2's the count on Rue. Here's the offering, swung on and grounded. Second baseman Maisie slides towards the ground, now comes up and throws the first in time. So the side's retired for the Bucs. Phillips works out of the walk. No runs come home for the Bucs, still up 5-1 though. We'll head to the bottom half of the fourth. You're watching Anchorage Bucs baseball. Don't go anywhere. Back here for the home half of the fourth. New pitcher on the bump for the Bucs. It's Trace Hartman, stands at 6'4", out of the University of Charleston, but now he's in the transfer portal. Native of Baltimore, Ohio, one of those confusing ones. Baltimore, Ohio in the same sentence. 6.17 ERA in the 2025 season. He kicks and deals, pitch is outside to the hitter, Andrew Becker, the right fielder.
Yeah, another really good outing from Sean Toger. He's now up to 5 innings pitched on the season and has yet to give up a hit. So he's been very impressive. Just 1 run this time around.
Pitch outside, so it's 2-0 on Freeland. DH today, flew out to right field back in the second. Hartman's ready. Here's the 2-0 offering down low, so quickly 3-0 on the DH Carter Freeland. His first game of the season didn't start on opening day.
Scoreboard went out again.
Yeah.
Second game in a row.
A blackout. 3-0 the count. I know that for sure. Strike right down the gut, and it's 3-1. Trace Hartman worked a scoreless inning in his exhibition outing against the Matsu Miners a couple days ago. The 3-1 pitch fouled back left side, so it's full on Carter Freeland. Wasn't happy with himself after that swing. Pitch right down the middle. Just spoiled it off.
It's interesting, the approach for the Bucs continues to be 3 innings max for the starters, even when they're doing well.
Payoff pitch, swung on and chopped over to short. Grant Haas is there, fields it on a couple hops, throws over to first. Nice scoop by Rouet, and there's 1 gone.
Yeah, ball a little bit lower than the first baseman probably would have liked, but he's able to stretch out and get his glove down there for a nice 6-3 putout to start off the inning.
Really nice scoop by Rouet. Of course, we said he plays a lot of positions, but showcasing his versatility there. Haas short-armed it just a bit. So now it's Zach Anderson, the catcher. Hartman's pitch is outside, and it's 1-0. 5-1 now between the Bucs and the Pilots. Pilots got to run back in the third. Here's Hartman's pitch. Shows bunt is Anderson. Back to the pitcher, Hartman. He throws easily over to first. So not necessarily the bunt that you want from Anderson. Right back to the pitcher, and there's 2 outs.
Yeah, that's a very, very confusing go about there because you have obviously one of your better hitters at the plate, no one on, and you're down by 4 runs. Not sure why you're showing bunt
Yeah.
there.
Maybe if I was at the plate, that's what I would be shown. Pitch outside to Scotty Fagan. Of course, Anderson, the catcher, has some speed, but you want to get that bunt up the third baseline if you're trying to get on board, which he was with nobody on. Count 1-0, pitch, cut on and missed. Off speed there from Hartman. So quickly 2 outs now. 5-1 Bucks on top. Here's Hartman's 1-1. Fouled right at the plate. Another off speed. 1-2. Very interesting, like you said, Joe Silva quickly to pull the pitchers on back-to-back days. And, you know, it's worked. Hartman's looked pretty good here, but you wonder if they're going to start stretching out their starters eventually. 1-2. Here's the pitch. Skips up there, so it's 2-2.
Yeah, I mean, and we've talked with Silva. He said you don't want to throw a guy 6-7 innings in summer ball, but if you can get 4 or 5, it makes it a lot easier on your bullpen, maybe only needing 2 relievers or 3 versus 4.
2-2s hit on the ground. Provencio dives, comes up with it, but it skips out of his glove. So Scotty Fagan's aboard with what should be another error, probably on Provencio. They put it up there on the scoreboard as an error. Would have been a nice play by the third baseman, but he came up with it, and just as he did, the ball was heading towards the foul line.
Yeah, that's the second game in a row. It's an unfortunate error from Provencio where he fields the ball perfectly. Last game he just took a weird step, and that one it was a transition to his glove, but hey, I mean, at least there was 2 outs.
Pitch to Mainsey is outside, the second baseman. So runner aboard for the Pilots. Can they get something across here, trying to creep into this 5-1 Buck lead? Hartman out of the stretch, checks on the runner. Here's the pitch, way outside, it gets by Matsuzaki, and that's an easy bag for Scotty Fagan. He rolls into second. So now runner in scoring position for the Pilots. Matsuzaki, real good defender, just couldn't pick up that one. Now I'm noticing now that Matsuzaki, from what it looks like up here, has a Yankee helmet as a catcher. It could be another logo, but I'd be real happy if that's the case. Maisie the hitter, pitch, cut on and missed. 2-1. Alex
We'll do some research here.
broke out his binoculars. He's really
I'm guessing you're
digging
confusing
deep.
it with the North Park
Yeah,
University end, but
probably
we'll double
correct.
check for you.
2-1's the count. Hartman kicks and deals outside on the fastball, so 3-1. That's probably right. You know, I would be a bit surprised given that the logos are similar. Also, Matsuzaki out of Honolulu, Hawaii. But, of course, Yankee fans are everywhere. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Fly down the left field line. Provencio gives it a peek, but it's out of play. So the count's full.
That foul ball is brought to you by Excel Fire Systems.
Maisie hit a single back in the third. Came around to score their only run.
You might be right, actually.
Is it a Yankee sign? Up and
It
your
might be
opportunity's
his
gone.
travel ball. It
Okay.
looks very close to a Yankees.
Maybe we'll find out. We've seen him in the gym a couple
we can
times.
ask him. It looks very close, but a little bit off.
Hartman ready for the payoff. Here's the pitch inside, so that's a walk for Weston Maisie. He's aboard. Second man aboard for the Pilots in this inning, and there's runners on first and second now for the home side, and it's the top of the lineup coming up. It's B.J. Rodriguez.
You never know. A lot of the high schools will just change
True.
like a little bit of a logo. Isn't there one by your house that's just like a Bears logo? or
Oh,
something?
we are the
Yeah,
Bears. We're the Polar
exactly.
Bears.
Yes.
My high school. I mean, everyone. You see the Vikings. I mean, how many mascots can you put out there? There's only so many. Only so many animals. First pitch to Rodriguez. Off-speed pours in just outside, though, so it's 1-0.
It's a good breaking ball from Hartman. Just missed, but he's still finding his stuff here.
1-0 here in the fourth. Home half of the fourth. Pilots trying to creep into the lead. Pitch way outside. Matsuzaki forced to stand up there. Tells his pitcher Hartman to settle down just a bit. You know, Hartman's blowing into his right hand. It's not a cool day, but it's not incredibly warm as well. So You know, it doesn't get too hot out here in Anchorage. Probably the max is 65. Even then, it's a little bit brisk. Ready for the 2-0 pitch outside. Appeal. He didn't go around, so it's 3-0. And Hartman's one pitch away from loading them up. The heart of the order coming up for the Pilots if Rodriguez can get aboard. Ness followed by Dylan Marks. Pitch outside, but it's called a strike. Jumped the gun there. So it's 3-1 on BJ Rodriguez. He was taken all of the way. Didn't even look like he was going to swing. 3-1's the count. Hartman the pitcher. Here's the pitch. Right down Broadway. And he's worked himself back into this one. Full count.
Yeah, first take was surprising. It was not surprising. Second one was. That's a ball that most hitters would love to see straight down the middle, but now it sets up a big pitch here.
Payoff. Big swing and a miss. Hartman got him down on strikes. Rodriguez chased the fastball. It looked like it was a bit outside, but nevertheless, it's a punch out for Trace Hartman, and the Pilots leave him stranded. Still 5-1 the score. We'll be right back. Going to the 5th. It's Bucs baseball. Don't go anywhere. Back here at Mulcahy Stadium, ready for the 5th inning we go. Austin Gamel will lead us off. The Bucs second baseman. He reached on an infield single back in the second. 3 hits so far this season for the kid out of Cal Baptist. Still Phillips on the mound. Pitch, strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Game has sped up after that long second inning that the Bucs put up. Pitch, strike on the outside corner once again. So 0-2 on Gamel. Phillips still on the bump, using his fastball quite a bunch. Ready for the 0-2. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called. Gamel not too pleased with that one, but he's rung up on strike, so Phillips punches him out, and there's one away here in the 5th.
Yeah, Gamel, not a guy that's going to show too much emotion at an umpire, but you could see he was backing up, thought he was going to have another pitch there, and then reverse course back to the dugout. A nice pitch, though. He said Phillips knows how to paint the corners, especially with his umpire's strike zone, and continuing to do that.
Painter out there is Phillips. Now it's Landon Underhill. Pitch to him. Just misses. Now that one looked pretty similar to a couple of the pitches we've seen. 1-0's the count. Dallas Baptist University product is Underhill. He chops one foul right side. So 1-1.
Yeah, with these lefty hitters and how Phillips has tried to paint from our view, the left side of the plate, you can pretty easily just slay one out and poke it towards left field, especially with this wind. That could go a long way, so we'll see if Underhill tries to chase one of those.
You guys hear the wind picking up at home? It's coming. Left field flags are blowing out to left. Pitch down low, so it's 2-1 on Underhill. We're on the top of the fifth. 5-1, Bucks on top. Phillips, the second pitcher for the Pilots after Fernando Palencia was hit around in the fifth. 5 spot. That's where all the Buck runs have come from. Pitch is drilled down the line. That's fair. Landon Underhill rounds first, all the way to the wall. The ball goes, gets the sign. He's rounding second. Underhill goes for a triple, and he's in slanding. No, now the ball gets away. He's back safely. Chaos here on the field. Joe Silva gave him the sign real early, so Underhill with his second hit of the season. All the way to the wall and right, so it's a triple for the left fielder. And just like that, a runner on third with 1 out.
Yeah, it does the complete opposite of what I said. Pulls it down the right field line as a left-handed hitter. And if you can get a lot of those, you're going to get a lot of hits because Underhill speedy, and there's just no one out there in that area of the field. A long way that Becker had to run there. A very nice play by Underhill.
I thought it was going to be in standing, but at the last second, he sort of ducked and slid in. Now the infield comes in. It's Grant Haas. Pitch swung on and chopped over to short. Dylan Marks fields. Run comes home. He bounces his throw to first, but it's scooped up nicely by Ness. So it's a ribby ground out for Grant Haas, the shortstop. Landon Underhill comes around to score. So just like that, it's 6-1 Bucks.
These Anchorage Glacier Pilot uniforms, crisp and clean. Thank you to our friends and Fire Week Cleaners.
Ren Matsuzaki, the hitter, the catcher. Nice work from the Bucks. Small ball action. Get the run home. Pitch outside. It's interesting that Dylan Marks didn't come home. Now the infield was in, but it was hit in a weird spot. He had to drift over and make the play, so it wasn't exactly to him. I think it was the smart move by Dylan Marks. 1-0 pitch is topped foul.
Yeah, there's been a couple questionable infield choices. The reason why Underhill wasn't super close at third. They had the relay throw from right field to the second baseman, but then there was another mini relay throw to Marks, so it ended up being 3 throws instead of just 2.
Pitch to Matsuzaki is outside.
Defense
2-1.
making it hard on themselves.
Yeah. It was a nice throw. It's the second good throw we've seen from the outfield. Logan Yule had a good one a couple innings ago. Pilots in their all-white unis. 2-1 pitch, swung on and topped down the first baseline. That'll go foul. So it's 2-2 on Matsuzaki. 6-1 Bucks, 1 run home here in the fifth. It was Underhill after a booming triple. His second real hard-hit ball of the season. All the way to the wall. You could hear that one from up here. Had a double off the wall to left field 2 days ago. 2-2's the count. 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Works inside. So it's full on Matsuzaki. Matsuzaki worked a real good walk his last time up. Double-digit pitches against him. 3-2. Here's Phillips' pitch. Swung on and hit high down the left base side, and it's out of play. I just said left base side. Well,
Kinda
not
works.
the left base
It is
side.
the left
Kind of
base.
works, though. Yeah, you're right. Third base side, left field. Combine the two. So still full on Ren Matsuzaki. Phillips gets ready for the payoff. Here's the pitch. Off speed. Got him swinging. Matsuzaki goes down on strikes. But the Bucks pick up another run. Underhill with a triple. And he scored on Grant Haas. A ribby ground out. We'll go to the bottom half of the fifth. 6-1 the score. You're watching Anchorage Bucs baseball. Back here at Mulcahy Stadium, we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Leading off is Tyler Ness, the first baseman. Tyler Ness sack bunted back in the 3rd, and he lined out to short. He's batting 2 today. It's 2, 3, and 4 for the Pilots. First pitch is outside from Hartman. He's still on the bump. Multiple inning relief appearance for Trace Hartman. He had 2 strikeouts his last time on the bump. Pitch swung on and lofted high in the sky. That stays in the infield. Provencio, the third baseman, camps under it, and he makes the play just in foul territory. So there's 1 quick out for Trace Hartman in the Bucs. Dylan Marks, the shortstop, will now be the hitter. He walked and was hit by a pitch. So both times aboard for Dylan Marks. You hear the PA announcer say from Sitka, Alaska is Dylan Marks. So Alaska native at the dish. Hartman's pitch outside. 1-0. Shakes off Matsuzaki's pitch. Now he's ready. Here's the offering. Shows bunt, and he holds back. So it was a ball outside. 2-0's the count now. Marks has yet to register a plate appearance. A walk and a hit by pitch. That offering is upstairs, so now it's 3-0 on Marks. Hartman has looked good, but then a couple times these hitters will work the count full or work 3-ball counts. You got that here. Here's the pitch, taken for a strike on the inside corner. 3-1. Hartman ready. Pitch inside, so that's a walk for Dylan Marks, the shortstop. His 3rd time aboard today. And now it's Landon teasing the third baseman up. Pilots trying to get that run back that they allowed in the top half of the inning when Underhill came around to score. So 6-1 now. Pilots trail. But like we saw on opening day, offense can come in spurts. Marks has good speed over at short. Hartman ready. Here's the pitch, taken down low. So Landon teasing flew out to shortstop back in the 1st inning. And he also had a sacrifice fly back in the 3rd. Marks leads off first. Hartman's pitch, taken down Broadway, a fastball, 1-1. We're in the 5th inning here at Mulcahy. Hartman's 1-1 pitch is bounced up there. Good block by Ren Matsuzaki. So 2-1's the count now. Pilots trying to climb their way back into this one. Bucs got 5 in the 2nd, 1 in the 5th after Underhill had a triple. 2nd triple of the day for the Bucs as Hartman throws back the runner. He's safe. Straightaway defense for the Bucs, about as straightaway as you possibly could get. Check back the runner, and it gets away from the first baseman, Rouet. Dylan Marks is at second base now, standing. Hartman just threw that one away. RJ Rouet, the first baseman, really had no chance to get that one. He has a fast move, Hartman does, but maybe a bit too fast for himself there. So runner on second now for the Pilots. 1 out. Still Landing, teasing up to the dish. Counts 2-1. Hartman comes set. Gets the sign. Here's the pitch. Swung on and chopped through left side. That's a base hit. Coming around to score. No. Hold at third is Dylan Marks. So teasing's aboard with a single. And there's runners on the corners now for the Pilots with 2 outs.
Yeah, Underhill got lucky out there in left field because he actually fumbled picking up the ball. Marks, though, was already being held because the third base coach there thought it was gonna be fielded cleanly and would have been a clean throw home, but Bucks get a little bit lucky there, still needing some outs though.
So 6-1 the score, runners on the corners. Late hold call by the third base coach. Now it's Becker, pitch way outside, 1-0. Becker had a single back in the second inning. Right fielder today. Runners on the corners for the Pilots. Hartman's 1-0 pitch is lofted in the air. That's center fielder McGarry drifting over. Called off by Underhill. He gets it. Throw from home is not in time. So it's a sac fly for Andrew Becker. Teasing advances to second. He also tagged. So another run home for the Pilots. 6-2 now the score. Chipping away, and now it's Carter Freeland, the DH.
Yeah, I mean, the Pilots have definitely had a more efficient offense the last couple of innings. Haven't been really a big hit team, but just getting the ball into the outfield, both their runs off of sac flies, so just slowly scraping their way along and trying to make some noise.
Freeland the hitter, one already in here in the fifth. Pitch outside, and it's 1-0. Hartman tried to check back the runner, and it got a rise, so that's how Marks advanced to second, and then he got to third on teasing single. Pitch also outside, so it's 1-0. 2-0 now. Carter Freeland, the DH, flew out to right field and grounded out to short. 0 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. Strike called on the outside. Sixth inning, the score 6-2, Bucks on top, and with that, we'll pass the microphone to Alex Burstein. It's Bucks baseball. Don't go anywhere.
To inning number 6 we had here at Mulcahy Stadium here in Anchorage, Alaska, alongside Milo Hoffman. My name's Alex Burstein, and started the day with a San Diego picture, and the ball will now be turned to another one for the Glacier Pilots, who are trying to keep this at just a 4-run deficit. AJ Frausto takes over after 3 very impressive innings from Peter Phillips. Frausto recently entered the transfer portal, but spent his freshman spring at the University of San Diego, 14 1/3 innings pitched, give up 30 runs, 22 of which were earned though, so a high ERA, 13.81. So he'll try to reel things down during his stint with the Glacier Pilots, and that starts off facing off against the 9-hitter Logan Ewell. First pitch taken for a ball, 1-0 the count on the left-handed outfielder for the Bucks. 6-2 ball game here in the top of the 6th. Next pitch, check swing, doesn't matter, it's taken low, and we'll move it to a 2-0 count. Frausto works with a 4-pitch rotation. His fastball just hits about 90, goes up to 91. 2-0 slammed up the middle, liner drops for a single, and Logan Ewell is aboard with a leadoff knock. That's a good start to the inning for the Bucks, who have shown this season when they can get runners to reach early on in innings, that's how they score. It's been the recipe today. You go back to the second when 5 runs were scored. Both the second, third, and fourth batters reached. And if you go back to the fifth, that second batter reached in the form of Landon Underhill, and he came around the score. So that will bring the one-hitter Kai McGarry to the plate. Sends the first pitch foul. 0-1 the count on the center fielder. Looking for his first hit of the day. Was hit by a pitch back in the second. A pair of groundouts to go along with it. Ewell takes a small lead off of first base, 6-2 the score in the top of the 6th for the Bucs. Frausto's next pitch, breaking ball slammed down the third base line. It will drift foul and even out the count at 1 apiece. Well, Logan Ewell, he's having himself a good start to the season. 2 for 3 in his first regular season start. Had that triple back in the second and the single earlier this inning. So he's 2 for 3 with a pair of RBIs and a run. That's a pretty effective start to the game. Here's the 1-1. Sent high and foul to the right-hand side. A couple fans will check to make sure their cars are okay out there in the parking lot.
Yeah, Alex, you parked far away today. You were like, I am not risking us getting hit by a foul ball.
You know, better safe than sorry, especially in this game. Parking all along Mulcahy Stadium outskirts. 1-1 pitch. Hit towards the right center field gap, giving chases Rodriguez, and this one's off the wall. McGarry in the second. In front of him is Ewell. He's going to be sent home. That's a stand-up triple for Kai McGarry, and a run scored by Logan Ewell. Back on the scoreboard is the Bucs. It's a 7-2 ball game in the top of the 6th.
Really nice piece of hitting from Kai McGarry. I mean, that's exactly what you want to see. Right center field. I mean, that's batting practice right there, all the way to the wall, and he was trailing Logan Ewell. It's almost like he was right behind him. And Ewell also has speed, though. Came around to score nice and easily, but wow.
James Travencio comes to the plate. First pitch. Checked swing. He got a little bit of his bat, and we'll send it foul. You knew one of those was coming for McGarry, his second hit of the season, but looks very good in batting practice. We mentioned he's a 5-tool player, and finally just lays out on one of them. And the Bucs now in complete control here. 16 runs this series, 7 today. 0-1 pitch poked to the third baseman. They'll throw home, and not in time. Kai McGarry just stole a run. Wow, a nice tag by Anderson, but it didn't matter. McGarry stuck out his foot, touched the plate, and that's an 8-2 ball game. Kai McGarry showing off his wheels. An RBI fielder's choice by James Provencio. He's up to 3 ribbies today, and the Bucs lead 8-2.
Yeah, interesting that Kai McGarry actually didn't dive there. It's almost like he didn't know where the ball was, and then all of a sudden it was right in front of him. But yeah, stuck his foot out. Sometimes it's better not to dive because the catcher is expecting you to be on the ground and then surprised that you're standing.
Well, the impressive streak continues for James Provencio. Now 8 of his last 9 plate appearances he's reached. First pitch fouled off by Luke Taylor, the designated hitter. Well, Kai McGarry, very impressive trip around the base pass. A triple and then scores there. It's his second run of the day. The Bucs in full control here, 8-2 off of 7 hits here in the top of the 6th. Next pitch, line towards center field. That's going to drop in front of Rodriguez. Both the runners advance. And there's runners at first and second with no outs here, and 2 runs already on the board for the Bucs.
Yeah, the hit machine is working for the Anchorage Bucs. And just Frausto, welcome to this game in a dirty way by the Bucs. The bats are coming alive once again. The scores come in spurts, like I said. This could be a big inning.
7 hits on the day for the Bucs. First pitch fouled off, loud foul by R.J. Rue. First baseman tonight, searching for his first hit, fouled out, and also walked in the second, and then in the fourth, grounded out to second base. That's 2 runs already in this inning for the Bucs. They lead 8-2. Frausto checks the runner, breaking pitch misses outside.
And Rue still looking for his first hit. Walked back in the second when they batted around, so he's been aboard.
Runners at first and second take their leads. The 1-1 pitch. Rue thought about it, and it's called for a strike. That one just scraped the outside part of the plate. Lefty will wish he had swung his bat like he originally intended.
I think the best play of the day for Rue is actually his scoop over at first. Picked up Grant Haas, the shortstop, and made a miraculous defensive play.
He's been impressive in the field. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next pitch, fastball. He went around, couldn't hold back his check swing, and that'll be first strikeout of the outing for A.J. Frausto. Brings Austin Gamel to the plate with 1 away. Still 2 runners on here in the top of the 6th.
Gamel reached on an infield single back in the second, scored a run, and also struck out looking on that call that was wishy-washy.
Still waiting for him to piece one into left field. He'll bounce this one foul. Batting practice of every day. It seems like he's getting them out there. We've seen him hit a few over that right field wall.
Yeah.
Waiting for him to pull one.
Hey,
We
my
mentioned-
predictions, I still got it. I'd say first homer today. We'll see. Landon Underhill came fairly close with the triple, but not too much.
Next pitch, swung on and missed. They'll throw down the second. It's almost over the head of Marks there, but he jumps and gets it. They won't be able to get Provencio, though. Luke Taylor on first base, James Provencio at second. Austin Gamel at home, an 8-2 Bucs lead here in the top of the 6th from Mulcahy Stadium. Beautiful day for baseball. Just a few clouds over our hands. This is straight out of a painting here.
It really is. Hanging in the Louvre.
No balls, 2 strikes. Here's next pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and Gamel will be sent back to the dugout with his 2nd strikeout of the day. I mentioned on Monday's broadcast, a lot of the fans were moving underneath us to avoid the rain. Today, it's the complete opposite. Spread out into the bleachers.
Yeah.
Down the left and right field lines. Decent showing here for the all-Anchorage rivalry.
I wish we had seats outside today.
I know, it's getting a little hot up here in the press box.
It is. I mean,
Landon,
Alex is putting sunscreen on.
Landon Underhill at the plate, pops one back. Hey, there's a little opening in the
No,
top.
there
The
is.
sun could come in. I'm not going to get
No,
burnt during a
I'm
baseball
not blaming
game.
you. Not blaming you at all. Just adding context over here as he takes a look at his
SPF
his
70,
beach
very high.
defense.
Yes.
Wow, 70.
I know.
I mean, we're not on the beach. My goodness.
Better safe than sorry, just like the cars. 0-1 the count on Landon Underhill. Here's the next pitch. He'll foul this one off.
I'm going to go out and make a prediction. I think Landon Underhill, it's a homer in this at-bat.
Bold.
He's taking some vicious hacks. He's coming off a triple, and now with an 0-2 count, it's going to be tough, but he has pop, and he's driven one to a wall in left field, so I'd be scared for Frosto, maybe.
That would take him halfway to a cycle. 0-2 pitch. He'll bounce this one towards first. Gloved by Ness. He'll scoop it to Frausto, who touches the bag in time. And the 3-1 put out brings the inning to a close, but a loud 6 for the Bucs. A triple by Kai McGarry. He comes home on a fielder's choice by James Provencio. 2 runs on the board. It's an 8-2 ball game. We head to the home half of the 6th. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Anchorage Bucs baseball. Well, we'll give a warm Anchorage Bucs debut to Wylan Nelson as the right-handed recent graduate of high school steps onto the mound for the first time this season, and he'll face off against the Pilots here in the bottom of the sixth. Welcome back to Mulcahy Stadium. Alex Burstein joined alongside Milo Hoffman. It'll be the bottom of the lineup, 7, 8, and 9. That's comfortable for your first appearance of the season. He first faces off against Zach Anderson. Takes the first one foul down the left field line. Well, Wylan Nelson, we mentioned, just wrapped up his high school career. He'll be following a few of his Bucs teammates to the University of San Diego in the fall. A very impressive young ball player. Always is when they're playing summer ball after their senior year of high school. Anderson watches the 0-1 float into the strike zone. It's an 0-2 count here quickly on the right-handed hitter.
Yeah, talk about being a hitter. Wylan Nelson also a hitter.
He's a two-way guy, as a lot of these players are in high school. The 0-2 pitch hit high in the right side of the infield. Nelson calls for it, and the pitcher will make his first out of the season.
That's one way to do it. It's almost like he wanted that. Some pitchers aren't comfortable, but clearly Nelson is.
You could hear it from all the way up here. R.J. Ruwe was coming over, and Nelson yelled, I got it.
Yep.
That's baseball talk for you, and he
Certainly
makes
got
the
it.
grab. Nelson just graduated from Ventura High School in California. He faces off against Scotty Fagan, the 8-hitter. Bounces one towards second. Should be easy. And the throw to first is in time. Nice play by Austin Gamel. And that's a very efficient first 2 outs here for Wylan Nelson.
Yeah, quick work. Looks like he has a really sharp fastball. He sort of delays his windup just a bit. It's like a hesitation, and boom, the ball's coming in. So works with the timing of the hitters.
Weston Maisie comes to the plate. First pitch from Nelson is swung on, hit deep towards right field, giving chases. Yuli comes into the shade and makes the grab a few feet in front of the warning track. 1-2-3 for Wylan Nelson in his Bucs inning debut. We'll head to the 7th. It's an 8-2 Bucs lead. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Anchorage Bucs baseball. Two-thirds of the way through this one, and the Bucs, well, they're in cruise control. 8-2 lead for the Anchorage Bucs over the Glacier Pilots as we head to the 7th here at Mulcahy Stadium. Alex Burstein here with Milo Hoffman. AJ Frausto enters another inning of work. Gave up 2 in the 6th, but now the University of San Diego right-hander will try to calm things down, facing off against the 7, 8, and 9 hitters, Grant Haas, Ren Matsuzaki, and Logan Yule. Haas bends his knees, first pitch, taken high for a ball, 1-0 the count. That's a pretty dangerous 7, 8, and 9 for the Bucs.
Yeah, real dangerous. Haas last time up had an RBI ground out. So you don't really take your foot off the gas against the Bucs.
Pitch again high. 3 of the 8 runs for the Bucs here, they have come from these bottom of the lineup players. Haas scored back in the 2nd, was hit by a pitch, came all the way around, and Logan Yule, what a day he's had.
Yeah.
2 hits and 2 runs to go wrong with 2 RBIs. The 2-0 taken down the middle for a strike, 2-1 the count.
Just really deep lineup for the Bucs all around. And we just said you can't take your foot off the gas. It's almost like it's the same thing. These hitters down here are just as dangerous. They get the lineup started.
2-1 pitch. Haas chases that one outside, evens out the count at 2 apiece. Well, Haas trying for his second hit of the season. Recorded one on opening day. Also had a run and an RBI in that one. So trying to repeat that stat line. Already has the run and RBI piece checked off today. 2-2 offering. Poked high and out of play to the right side. 8-2. The Bucs lead the Glacier Pilots here in the top of the 7th inning. A.J. Frausto just over 20 pitches. Was decent in the 6th. The Bucs, though, just worked early with that single and then triple from Ewell and McGarry. We'll do the 2-2 pitch again. That one low. I mentioned Frausto works with a 4-pitch rotation. Fastball, cutter, changeup, and curveball. So he's been experimenting with all those in his first appearance of the season. Full count pitch, it's low. And good plate patience from Grant Haas gets him aboard here in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, just another walk for the Bucs. They do it so well. Grant Haas really showcasing he has a lot of discipline. Just a smart player all around. Brought home the run last inning. And just he knows what he's doing when he goes up to the dish. And that's a sign of a real good ball player.
Well, I know you like to argue the catcher is the smartest position as Ren Matsuzaki swings at the first pitch. There's an argument to be made it's a shortstop.
Yeah,
they have
definitely
a lot of balls hit their way. They're usually one of the strongest hitters, and it just feels like the leadership position on a team is often through the shortstop. As the shortstop Haas takes his lead at first, 1 ball, no strikes on Matsuzaki. Watches the next pitch float by for a strike, evens out the count at 1 apiece.
I still think it's the catcher just because they see everything. They're calling the game, and they have eyes on everyone and know exactly what's happening. But shortstop definitely has an argument.
Those are the 2 people on the bases right now for the Bucs as Matsuzaki clubs one towards center field. Grab easily made by Rodriguez, and Haas will retreat back to the bag. So 1 away in the top of the 7th for Logan Ewell, the right fielder who's been loud today. A pair of runs and a pair of hits. Nice idea there from Matsuzaki. Tried to send it to left center. Lefty on righty battles. Lefty Ewell sends the first pitch over the second baseman Mazy's head. This one goes into right field. Churning second and safely into third is Grant Haas. And the corners are loaded here with 1 away in the top of the 7th.
Have a day, Logan Ewell. 3 hits. And just he is on fire in his first start of the season.
So on play, a little bit in the exhibition game. It's a very, very crowded outfield as we're going to see a pinch hitter and Taurus Murray come into the game to hit for Kai McGarry. Murray looked good in the first game of the season, the exhibition season, as first pitch taken for a strike, 0-1 the count. There just hasn't been many opportunities for him to play because of how many outfielders there are. Did club a double back there in the first game against the Miners. And now we'll try to do something similar with runners at first and third. No balls, 1 strike, next pitch. Murray sends it foul down the right-hand side.
Yeah, Taurus Murray with his first regular season action. We saw him rip a double in one of those exhibition games. I believe it might have been the first hit of the season for the Bucs.
Sounds right. First extra base hit for sure.
Yeah, exactly. So Taurus Murray has good defense and also dangerous at the dish.
0-2 pitch. Breaking ball in there for a called strike 3. Backwards K for Frausto. His 3rd of the game. And that will bring 2 outs and James Cervencio to the plate. Maybe not the guy you want to see with the runners on if you're the Pilots.
Not at all. Machine with runners in scoring position especially. Reminds me of DJ LeMahieu on the Yankees. We call him La Machine. Maybe Provencio's getting a nickname.
First pitch misses outside. 1-0 the count. Provencio 4 for 4 on Monday. Today, still looking for that first hit. Grounded out his first time up, but has reached the last 3. A pair of fielder's choice and a walk. Lefty Provencio swings his bat around and now readies for the 1-0. Here it comes. Poked up the middle. A nice stop by Mars, and he'll throw the second in time to get the lead runner, and that will bring inning number 7, the top half, to a close. Bucs don't score. Strand 2 will head to the bottom of the 7th. It's an 8-2 Bucs lead. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Anchorage Bucs baseball. Stretch time here at Mulcahy Stadium in Anchorage, Alaska. Wyland Nelson, well, he's nice and stretched out after a good first inning of work. He'll get his second as well here. The right-handed pitcher enters for another inning in the bottom of the 7th. 8-2, Bucs lead the Pilots. A great day for baseball, and the Bucs offense has been excellent here. Nelson will work against the top of the order after dealing perfectly through the 7, 8, and 9 hitters in the 6th. This time, though, a little bit more difficult. B.J. Rodriguez, Tyler Ness, and Dylan Marks up to the plate.
Yeah, Wyland Nelson looked real good, though. Worked really efficiently. Established that fastball. I expect him to keep going to that fastball against B.J. Rodriguez.
Rodriguez, the center fielder today, walked back in the 3rd, trying for his first hit. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Nelson, high leg kick, first pitch, bounces right in front of Rodriguez for a ball, 1-0 the count.
One thing you can't do is offer free tickets on the base path, so that means don't walk them. Force the hitters to put the ball in play.
Next pitch, that one inside again. It was a pop-out, ground-out, fly-out for Nelson's first inning of work. It's been a really good day of pitching. John Toger went 3 strong. Trace Hartman with a pair of good innings, giving up two runs as the 2-0 breaking ball swung on and missed. Now Wyland Nelson has settled in his second inning of work. Bucs, I'm sure, trying maybe just to use 4 pitchers here today. They've been in the 5-6 range for most of the season. 2 balls, 1 strike. Next pitch. Breaking ball, but doesn't get enough movement into the zone. And Rodriguez staring down a walk with a 3-1 count.
It looks like Anthony Steinhoff, the pitcher, warming up in the bullpen. Big lefty.
Haven't seen him in a few days. 3-1 pitch. Bounce foul down the right-hand side, and we'll go full here on B.J. Rodriguez. Hitting 200, entering today. Been excellent in the field. We saw him get a real hold of some balls in game 1 of this series back on Monday. A couple that looked like they might drive out of here at Mulcahy Stadium. But today, been a lot more quiet at the plate as the leadoff guy. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the payoff pitch. Breaking ball and just misses high. So B.J. Rodriguez will take his free bag, and it's 1 aboard with no outs for Tyler Ness.
Yeah, not exactly what you want. So the Bucs are going to have to buckle down here and make sure this doesn't become something bigger than it should be. You just got to keep pouring in strikes.
Ness, the big left-handed hitter. First pitch misses outside. You just laughed at your own wordplay there, didn't you?
I did. I kind of realized while it was happening, and how many more times am I going to say the Bucs got to buckle up this season? Well, someone's got to keep count.
1 ball, no strikes. Next pitch misses outside as well. So Nelson trying out some new pitches here in the second inning of work and having a little more struggle control. Ness trying to reach for the first time today. He's 0 for 3. Hefty lead over at first by Rodriguez. Ruwe checking him. Long wait here. Next pitch. Misses low and inside. It's interesting to see. Sometimes you see Nelson have kind of a little move with his foot. Other times it's that high leg kick.
Yeah.
So some different pitching styles he tries out.
Well, first time we're seeing Nelson out of the stretch.
3 balls, no strike. Next pitch. That one hits the top of the zone. Ness thought he had a free walk there, but instead he'll head back to the batter's box with a 3-1 count. So a good chance for Nelson to battle back into this one. 8-2, the Bucs lead the Pilots, bottom of the 7th. Next pitch. Hit high towards center field. Murray gives chase, now slows down, goes the other way and makes the grab. Retreating back to first is Rodriguez. I'm not sure if that was the wind or if Murray misjudged it, but he was running all over there in center field.
Yeah, Murray took an interesting route to get that one, but hey, the out was caught. And listen, he knew he had time and space. It was just a matter of getting in the right position, and eventually he did. If you're that confident on defense, you can afford to make uncalculated movements because you know and you time the ball so well you can see it off the bat really accurately.
Dylan Marks comes to the plate. The shortstop has been good in the field, got the out. That ended the top half of this inning. Nelson's first pitch. This is low and outside. Good job by Matsuzaki to keep that one going to the backstop.
Yeah, Matsuzaki's been really good.
Yes, he has. Only had 1 gaff earlier where he tried to throw to second. bug trying to get inside our booth here.
Hopefully that doesn't happen.
1-0 pitch. Fastball taken for a strike. Well, Marks has had quite the easy day at the plate. Walked in the first, hit by a pitch in the third, walked in the fifth, and then advanced via an error. So he's been able to get on thanks to the Bucs. Now he's trying to do some damage on his own. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pickoff throw to first, not in time.
That's a really important out to fly out to center field. Wyland Nelson got Tyler Ness to fly out, and 1 out is way different than none.
1-1 pitch. Hit up the middle on a liner. Murray comes in, dives, and makes the grab. Lost his hat, but got the ball. And there's 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th.
Murray flashing the leather like a hawk out there in center field, tracking everything down. That's back-to-back outs for Taurus Murray. And Wyland Nelson, the pitcher, is saluting him.
Well, we've seen that ball hit a lot here at Mulcahy Stadium, and we have not seen a lot of center fielders who have had the speed to get there. But an excellent play there by Murray with the diving grab. I'm sure his pants will need to be washed after that one. 2 outs. Landon teasing at the plate. 1 runner on over at first base. First pitch. This is low and outside.
It's impressive stuff to come off the bench and be this ready like Taurus Murray is. Plays like that can be tricky, especially when you haven't been in the game for the entirety of it.
He's been waiting for his opportunity and takes advantage. 1-0 off his hands and sends it foul. 1-1 the count. Landon teasing out of Kent State. One of his teammates on the Bucs. Nate Muncy. We'll see when we see him next.
I saw Nate Muncy running up and down the third baseline. I don't know what he's doing, whether he's getting ready to pitch or play first. He can do everything.
1 ball, 1 strike on Landon teasing. Next pitch. Check swing. They'll peel down, and they say he went for strike 2. It's nice having a 3-man umpire crew, isn't it?
It is. Now you can actually look down to first and get the call instead of looking everywhere but where the umpire is and getting the correct call.
It's a busy time for baseball in Alaska. High school just wrapped up. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball misses low and outside. You have American Legion play just
right out there in
starting
center.
up. Yep.
I don't know exactly what that is, but there's a whole nother game out there.
And then you also have collegiate players all across the state. So a lot of umpires needed. We'll be lucky when we can get 3 here for ABL games. 2-2 the pitch, taken high, and we'll go all the way here. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 away. That means B.J. Rodriguez over at first base is going to be off and running. But Nelson hoping he can get a punch out and just end this inning right here. Rue backs off the bag at first. Rodriguez with a nice little lead. Long wait from Nelson. The payoff pitch. Swung on, fouled off, and we'll do it once again.
Yeah, nice battle here. I haven't seen this too often against Nelson, but finally someone has given him some tough times at the dish. Landon teasing, real good hitter. He always looks like he's ready to pounce at the dish, and that's exactly what you want from your hitter. Clean up for a reason.
Here's the 3-2. Breaking ball, and teasing had to duck away from it. He'll get a free bag. So payoff pitch ends in a walk. Teasing advances to first. B.J. Rodriguez heads to second. And the inning plays on here in the bottom of the 7th for Andrew Becker. Left-handed hitter. Becker trying to do some damage here. Still a comfortable 8-2 lead for the Bucs, but one swing of the bat, and this could be back to very doable for the Glacier Pilots, hoping to avoid falling to 0-2 on the season. Nelson checks back. First pitch. Gets away from Matsuzaki. Both the runners will advance on a wild pitch, and just like that, there's 2 in scoring position with Andrew Becker at the plate.
Yeah, and this is exactly what you didn't want for the Bucs. 1 hit now. Doesn't have to be a homer. Should likely bring home 2 runs. Just like that, it's a 4-run game. So, of course, we're not there yet, but Wyland Nelson needs to really settle down here and make sure he's pounding the strike zone and trusting his catcher, Matsuzaki.
Nelson sets with the glove at his waist, fires 1-0. Poke towards left field over a jumping Provencio. That one rolls all the way to the wall. 2 runs are in the score. Into second is Becker. They'll hold him there, and that's a 2 RBI double for Andrew Becker. It's an 8-4 ball game all of a sudden, Milo.
Yeah, 1 pitch after I said that. Well, it's reality. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Joe Silva comes out to talk to his pitcher. And yep, it looks like they're going to do so right now. Pitching coach is going to check on his pitcher, make sure everything is all good. But yeah, Wyland Nelson, just a couple hits here, some traffic, make sure he can get out of this. Still up 4 runs, so you got a comfortable lead.
Yeah, I mean, the offense did its job. Now it's just up to the pitching staff to close things out. We saw Nelson have an excellent 6th inning. It was 3 up, 3 down, and now a little more trouble here in the 7th. Opened with a walk to B.J. Rodriguez, then locked down with a flyout and a line out, but a walk and a double, has scored 2 and still have a runner in scoring position for Carter Freeland, the designated hitter. Long mound visit here. Ren Matsuzaki's also there to talk things over with Nelson. You know, just feels like Nelson needs to get maybe a strikeout, get his confidence back, send him back to the bench. We'll see if the high schooler can do it with Carter Freeland at the plate. Freeland's the guy you want there. Has struck out today twice. Both of them have been hesitant to swing the bat, grounded out in the 4th. Not what you usually see out of a designated hitter.
Yeah.
Freeland in the lefty's batter's box. Nelson checks the runner at second. First pitch. Bounce towards first. Should be easy for Rue. He gloves it, takes 2 steps to the bag, and gets there in time. So a ground out ends the inning, but not before 2 runs come across the plate. A 2 RBI double by Andrew Brecker means we've kind of got a ball game. 8-4 Bucs lead as we head to the 8th. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Anchorage Bucs baseball. To the 8th we go here at Mulcahy Stadium in Anchorage, Alaska. Alex Burstein doing alongside Milo Hoffman. Another pitching change called to the bullpen for the Glacier Pilots as Drew Perigo comes in to relieve A.J. Frausto after a solid 2 innings. Gave up 2 in the 6th, but recovered well in the 7th, stranding a pair. Perigo out of Feather River College, a team that we see a few Bucs from as well. Had a very successful season, 11 appearances. Didn't start any, but picked up a save and a 2.7 ERA in 13 innings pitched. So a really good freshman year for Drew Perigo, and now he's trying to step things up in the summer as well. See a couple warm-up pitches from him.
Yeah, Drew Perigo, like you said, very good ERA, 2.7. That's impressive stuff from a freshman. So high upside for Drew Perigo. He's from Meade, Colorado. So went from Meade, Colorado over to Feather River Community College. And yeah, a couple guys from the Bucs play for Feather River. So has a couple teammates. And you'll see that all around the league. A lot of players know each other, whether that's because they played in college or high school or both.
It'll be Luke Taylor to lead things off here in the top of the 8th. He's slowly moving his way west. Was born in Oklahoma, then grew up in Colorado, plays in California, and now in Alaska for the summer.
Yeah, he's going to keep going.
I don't know what's next. Maybe Russia?
The Russia League.
First pitch to Luke Taylor misses low. 1-0 the count. 8-4 the Bucs with the lead over the Pilots here 8 runs off of 9 hits for the Bucs. Trying to reach that double-digit marker for the 2nd straight game and the 3rd time this season. 1-0 pitch. Taylor takes it all the way for a strike. Talked with Luke Taylor before today's game. He's enjoying his time in Alaska after his freshman campaign at Long Beach State University. Started 21 games as a true freshman. You don't see that a lot nowadays. 1-1 breaking ball slammed down the left field line. Just drifts foul. Taylor got a hold of that one, and if he could straighten it out, that was going a long way.
He wanted that one back. Taking a lap around the dish right now, but man, that's a good hack.
Already broke 1 bat. On to number 2 on the season. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the right-handed hitter. He's listed as a catcher and a first baseman, though will primarily be catching this summer. The pitch fouled down the first base line, though they say it hit him.
Yeah, that looked like it was coming right for his head, and he swung. I mean, a full swing, and if you get hit, it doesn't matter if you swung. Joe Silva, the coach, is coming down the third base line, asking for clarification on what the play was.
Yeah, they're bringing both the umpires down. I don't really know what the argument would be here. It looked like he went all the way. I guess you could argue he didn't go all the way, in which case would be a hit by pitch. But
100%. I mean, I don't see a world in which he didn't go all the way here. I think it was almost like it was foul. That's how he swung.
The umpire crew will talk things over.
Sorry, no, they're not blue, they're green.
Not what Drew Perigo wants to see on the mound. He has to just wait out there and have a long break on his first batter. Not what you like to have as a pitcher when you just had your arm all warmed up in the bullpen.
So he's staying at the plate, it looks like. The umpire, they're going to stick with the original call.
No surprise there. Don't see a lot of calls overturned here in Summer League as there is no video replay. They won't be using our stream to change any
Although
plans.
that would be cool. We'd be okay with that.
Head up to the Anchorage Bucs broadcast booth replay center.
It's like, you know, they always go to like the town. It's like, we're going to Secaucus, New Jersey. It's the NBA.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Luke Taylor. Breaking pitch hit into left field on the ground. Luke Taylor's aboard with a leadoff single, and the Bucs trying to get some offense going here in the 8th.
Really nice piece of hitting from Luke Taylor. He's looked real sharp at the plate all game long, and these last 2 games, dangerous hitter.
It's now 4 hits across the first 2 games. Will be a pinch hitter for the Bucs. Just a left-hander. Nate Muncy comes to the plate. Kent State first pitch. Misses low and away. Well, Muncy can do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
We saw him pitch in the exhibition series, but he's been telling us he thinks of himself as a hitter. Now he's getting his first swings of the season. So Muncy awaits for next pitch. Takes it outside.
Yeah, we were talking to Nate Muncy a couple days ago. He's waiting for his opportunity. He said he just needs a couple at-bats, and now here he is, up in front 2-0. He's someone that can definitely do damage.
Waves his black bat over his right ear. Next pitch. That one bounces in the dirt. They'll throw down the first, not in time. Nice little pickoff move to try to get Luke Taylor there. Muncy hitting for R.J. Rue, so it'll likely be Muncy heading the first base. Those are his main 2 positions, left-handed pitcher and the first baseman, just like R.J. Rue.
Yeah.
3-0 pitch taken down the middle. 3-1 now the counts.
I think taking 3-0 is something you'll probably see a lot from these Bucs players.
It's what you see in most of the baseball world. Muncy redshirted this past spring for Kent State. 3-1 pitch. That one misses low and inside, and he's aboard with his walk for his first plate appearance of the summer. Luke Taylor will happily take second, and Austin Gamel comes to the plate. Pair of strikeouts his last 2 plate appearances. He singled to start off the day, and now trying to get his offensive side going once again. 8-4, Bucs lead the Pilots. A 10-hit day for the Bucs once again.
Just 3 for the Pilots.
First pitch misses outside. Alex Burstein alongside Milo Hoffman. A perfect day for baseball. Perfect night for
It
baseball,
just
I
keeps
guess
getting
you
better.
can say.
It really does. Like, I feel like it gets more lit and just shiny as the innings go along.
57 degrees, pickoff attempt to second, not in time. The weather app says it's mostly sunny. I'm ready to say it's fully sunny.
I think it's fully sunny. Yeah, we could make sure to confirm that. All right, what's the perfect temperature for you? I'm like a 65-degree guy. It's perfect.
I can agree with you on that, though it feels pretty perfect today. 1-0 pitch, breaking ball in there, 4 strikes, nice off speed. From Perigo, and it's all even at 1 apiece in the count. Got some clouds past both the right and left field poles, but if you look ahead to center field, it's all baby blue skies. 1-1. Cabell fouls it off his left leg. He'll walk that one off.
Doesn't feel too good. But of course, with this beautiful weather, it's not as bad as when you hit the ball off your foot and it's 20 degrees, because that'll sting for a while.
That'll sting your hands, that'll sting your leg, that'll sting your heart, everything.
It'll sting everything. Yeah,
Hard to shake one of those off.
not wrong.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Austin Gamel. Runners take their leads at first and second. Muncie with a big lead over there at first. The pitch just misses outside.
Nice take by Austin Gamel. Fastball looked like it was going to stay in, but at the last second dipped out. And Gamel sort of has like a extra step when he has a good take. Not quite the Soto shuffle, but on his way to one, kind of.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Breaking pitch misses outside, and we'll go full here. No outs, 2 runners on with an 8-4 lead for the Bucs in the top of the 8th. Gamel playing at second tonight. He has for the last couple of games and looks really comfortable. That was his high school position, and now getting to play there again. Here's the payoff pitch. Gamel skies it. Foul to the left side.
Big hack from Gamel. And, you know, in his ideal world, he's taking these pitches, letting them travel just a bit and driving it to right field, just a little bit late there.
Wind still blowing ever so slightly out towards that left field pole. We'll do the payoff pitch once again. Long wait, here it comes. And Gamel will be rung up on a low strike 3. He tossed his bat, was ready to go to first. Instead, he'll pick it up and trounce back to the dugout.
That looked like it almost bounced up there. I mean, real low. Gamel, it's the second time he hasn't been too pleased with one of these calls from the ump. But he's being a good sport and going back with no words.
Brings Landon Underhill to the plate. Already a pair of extra base hits this season. A double on Monday, a triple today. See if he can add one to his total here. 2 runners on, so he'll get a couple RBIs. First pitch hit up the middle. Should be easy for BJ Rodriguez, who makes the grab on the liner for out number 1.
Wow. I wish we had exit reload, because that was hit on the screws. Kind of has a smile as he blows his gum, walks back to the dugout. Can't be too mad at that swing.
So it'll be 2 on, but 2 away for Grant Haas. Another guy who can hit the ball quite hard. Looking for his first hit of the day. Does have a run and an RBI, though. His first pitch hits the inside of his bat, but goes foul. Seen Haas a couple times. Start swing his bat and then pull away. Still figuring out the pitching here in the Alaska Baseball League.
He's looked good, though. He's looked real confident. Also on defense. You said he's one of the few players, or maybe the only player that's played every game at the same position. So that tells you something.
No balls, 1 strike on Haas. Long wait, next pitch. Taken outside. Only game in the Alaska Baseball League tonight. The Chinooks and the Miners have the day off. Last night in an exhibition game, the Miners were all over the Chinooks, 11-1. That one was called after 7. 1-1. Hit towards right center on the fly. Easily played by Becker, and that's out number 3. 2 runners stranded for the Bucs in the top of the 8th. We'll head to the home half. It's an 8-4 Bucs lead. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Anchorage Bucs Baseball.
Time's running out for the Anchorage Glacier Pilots, trailing 8-4, entering the home half of the 8th here at Mulcahy Stadium alongside Milo Hoffman. My name's Alex Burstein, and it's another call to the pen, this time for the Anchorage Bucs, as Anthony Steinhoff comes in for his second outing of the year. The Western Illinois University junior went just an inning in the exhibition game against the Miners, gave up no hits, no runs, a couple of walks, but was able to keep anyone from crossing home plate. That's all you ask for from a pitcher. And now the lanky right-hander will try to dial things up once again in the 8th.
Yeah, 6'8". What about an emphasis on that? 6'8".
He makes us look like
Oh, I mean, my goodness.
toddlers,
Yeah.
shrimps. I don't know what the comparison is there.
We
but
can stop there. We can put a halt on those comparisons. But yeah, gave up 13 runs, like you said, in 8 innings. So we're going to pick up some innings here in the ABL. Some good stuff. Fastball back in 2021 was sitting at 78 miles an hour, but he's jumped up a couple ticks since then.
faces off against the 7, 8, and 9 hitter, Zach Anderson. To lead things off, the catcher, first pitch from Steinhoff's. The fastball just misses outside. Wyland Nelson ends the day going 2 innings, didn't give up a run. They threatened in the 7th. The Glacier Pilot, 2 runs given up. Didn't complete my scorebook there, but
Oh, come on.
not a horrible outing for Nelson. Pitch high and inside, ducking his head is Anderson.
Now, this feels like a blowout, but you put a runner on, and just like that, the Pilots have something going, just down 4. So Steinhoff wants to make sure he gets it done nice and easy here.
2-0 pitch to Anderson. Just misses inside. A little off speed there, but still can't find the zone. And it's 3 balls and no strikes on Zach Anderson. Never good when you let the leadoff man aboard, and I'll try to avoid that here. 8-4 ball game. Next pitch. Misses outside. So, couldn't even place the 3-0 heater. And that's a 4-pitch walk to start off the evening for Anthony Steinhoff.
Yeah, not great from Steinhoff to start off there. It seems like his front shoulder is coming wide a bit too early. It's lashing out, and it's causing him to throw the ball arm side, which is not great, especially when you're just coming on for the first time of the season, but he'll work around it.
Brings Scotty Fagan to the plate. First pitch taken for a strike. 1 runner aboard. Still need a few more aboard for the Glacier Pilots to really be threatening here in the 8th, down by 4 runs. Steinhoff sets his tall build, throws the pitch, and misses high. And that's now 6 straight balls to start off the outing.
I would say Ren Matsuzaki should go out there soon, whether that's after this next pitch or the next batter, because you want to make sure he's feeling good and all ready to go.
Long wait. Next pitch. Late kick. That one's low. So, they marked it as a strike on the scoreboard.
Oh, so it was a strike.
Okay.
The umpire saying a strike.
Late call from the umpire,
Yeah.
but they'll say it hits the bottom part of the zone. So, first strike of the outing for Steinhoff. We'll see if that can inject some juice into his veins. The 2-1 pitch. Hit off the inside of the bat towards second base and past Gamel into right field. That's a bloop if I've ever seen one, but it gets into the grass, and that's a no-out single to our board in the 8th.
Yeah, the definition of a bloop, and Steinhoff just trying to settle down here as Matsuzaki's going to go out to the mound and talk with him, try to settle down his pitcher. But, yeah, definition of a bloop right there, and obviously not to Steinhoff's pleasure.
It looked for a second like Gamel could maybe have a play at it, was drifting back, had his looking over his left shoulder, but just was a little too far. You can kind of see here with the way the field works at Mulcahy. You have the lip of the grass, and then you have the turf. And the turf is kind of the area where you would expect an infielder to make a play. That one just goes a little too far as Weston Maisie comes to the plate. First pitch to the right-handed infielder, and for a strike, 0-1 the count.
Eli Lipinski up in the Buck bullpen. Get him ready.
Mazy's had a busy couple of days. Just wrapped up his high school season a few days back, and now is in Alaska. Big swing and a miss for strike 2. Well, Steinhoff could use a strikeout, a walk, and a single to start off his evening, and trying to get a little bit of momentum on his side. Bucks lead 8-4 in the bottom of inning number 8. Pilots have 6 outs, to make up that deficit. Only 4 hits today. It's been a quiet offensive showing. The 0-2. Grounded right side. They'll scoop to second to throw to first. This could be 2. It is! 4-6-3 gets the first 2 outs of the inning, and the Bucks defense helping out their pitcher here.
Really nice job. 4-6-3. Nice and easy, and exactly what the doctor ordered for Anthony Steinhoff. I mean, that's the pitcher's best friend. I don't say it for no reason. Really good stuff from Steinhoff to settle down. Matsuzaki's visit out there clearly helped, and just like that, there's 2 outs.
Runner does advance to third. That's Zach Anderson. First pitch to B.J. Rodriguez just misses the outside part of the zone. So a righty on lefty matchup. Rodriguez, the left-handed center fielder, been busy out there in the outfield today. We've seen both the center fielders, all 3 of them. Kai McGarry and Taurus Murray for the Bucks, and B.J. Rodriguez for the Pilots. Have some nice outs today. Pitch way inside, almost hit Rodriguez. He'll duck away though, and it's a 2-0 count.
The outfielders have had a lot of action today. Rodriguez hit one to the track, his first at-bat of the season 2 days ago. So Steinhoff hopes that doesn't happen right now. Or I guess if it's caught, he wouldn't mind it.
Walked his last time up, came around the score. He'll sky this one back. Ren Matsuzaki loses the mask. It won't matter. It travels right behind us. Milo, I think you should go check if that ball's right behind us, because this might be our foul ball of the season. We could hear it land. Milo's got his headset off and is looking for it, but I don't know if it's found. And as he goes exploring, we'll go to a 2-1 count on B.J. Rodriguez. 8-4, Bucks lead, bottom of the 8th. Steinhoff sets the pitch. Off the inside of the bat, fouled on the left-hand side. Provencio slides into the fence, but it won't matter. Doesn't have a play at it, and we got the ball. Milo, let's hear the story. Where was it?
We got the ball. I had to dive over the ledge, and it was stuck there, and then we picked it up. Someone directed me towards where it was, but I was going the right direction at least. But let's go. We got it.
2 balls, 2 strikes on B.J. Rodriguez as a smiling Milo awaits the pitch. Here it comes. That one's in the dirt, and we'll go to a full count.
I was fully, on my stomach over this railing. It started to hurt for a second, but luckily no one could see me because I was behind the booth, so no one really has a vantage point. But we got the ball, and we're on the board.
Who said broadcasters aren't athletes?
Exactly.
The payoff pitch is bounced down the right side. Lefty Steinhoff, lefty Rodriguez. That's always a fun battle. And they're going all the way here. Anderson awaits at third base. He's trying to be the 5th run of the day for the Pilots, who are just slowly eking their way into this one. 2 runs in the 7th make this an 8-4 ball game after it looked like all hope was lost for the Glacier Pilots. The payoff pitch is called. Strike 3 on the bottom part of the zone. B.J. Rodriguez has his hands on his helmet in disbelief, but a backwards K and a double play gets the Bucks out of it. We'll head to the 9th inning. It's an 8-4 Bucks lead. Don't go anywhere. This is Anchorage Bucs baseball.
To the 9th we head here at Mulcahy Stadium in Anchorage, Alaska. Alex Burstein joined alongside Milo Hoffman. The Bucs in control 8-4. They'll try to tack on a little more insurance, as we'll see a pinch hitter come into the game to start off this 9th inning. Cooper Soselski coming in to hit for Grant Haas. Excuse me, for mess up on my scorecard. We'll get it in a second, but it is Soselski who's hitting.
Matsuzaki.
He's aiming for Matsuzaki, Rain Matsuzaki. His first pitch swung on and missed for strike number 1. That's interesting. Catcher getting pinch hit for. That means we'll likely see possibly Luke Taylor come in the 9th for his first catching appearance of the game.
Or Sherman. But that would be interesting, getting your catcher onto the field when he doesn't necessarily have to.
0-1 pitch catches the inside corner for a strike. 0-2 the count. Next pitch to Soselski. Breaking ball just misses. And we'll move it to a 1-2 count. New pitcher on the mound for the Glacier Pilots. It's Cole Simino. Right-hander out of Nichols State. 1-2 pitch. Misses inside. It's Simoneaux. Maybe French?
Simoneaux. Definitely not that.
Close, Milo, close. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Next pitch. Swung on and missed strike 3. Soselski a little ahead of that one. And that will be strikeout to start off the 9th for the Bucs. And it brings up the 9-hitter Logan Yule to the plate. No pinch hitter for him. The right-hander's been hot today.
Left-hander.
Excuse me, left-hander. First pitch, slam towards right field, and that drops on a line. Logan Yule has a 4-hit day. Triple, single, single, single. That's about as good as it gets for the right fielder.
Unbelievable. Provencio had a 4-hit day yesterday or 2 days ago, and Logan Yule says, well, I can do that too in his first start.
I think we know who our player of the game is going to be.
Have a good guess.
You'd love to give it to a pitcher, but another 4-hit day. First pitch to to Taurus Murray is fouled off to the right-hand side. Murray came in the 7th, struck out his first time up. He's playing in center field.
Jack Giordano is warming up in the pen for the Bucs from San Diego. Would be his first action. It looks like Lipinski has actually sat down.
0-1, taken for a strike. Like Murray might have showed bunt there. Pulled it away. So we'll quickly go to an 0-2 count on the center fielder. Bucs would love to do a little bit of damage. 1 on, 1 away. Already up by 4 here in the top of the 9th. 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball that slipped. That was way up high, and Anderson had to jump to get it.
I like to say breaking ball with no break.
Had that high release. You imagine maybe a curveball or something. Hefty lead over at first base by Logan Yule. Next pitch, Murray takes a fastball just outside. Bucs now up to 11 hits on the day. Very productive on offense. Just 4 for the Pilots.
Trying to match their total from 2 days ago. Back-to-back 9-run innings, maybe.
2-2 pitch. Clubbed towards right field. That will drift out of play towards the Glacier Pilots bullpen. But that one was well struck the opposite way by Murray. We'll do the 2-2 again. Bucs trying to get to 2-0 on this young ABL season before a day off tomorrow. They'll throw the first not in time. It's been a very weird stretch for the Bucs.
Yeah.
Started off the season with 2 exhibition games, then 4 days off before opening day on Monday. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Just taken outside. Good eye there by Murray, and we'll go full. Played on Monday, rain out Tuesday, play today, off tomorrow, then 2 days off. So
Yeah.
everything
Hard to get a
happening.
rhythm.
Still, the offense looks to be in a rhythm. 3-2, the payoff pitch. Runner takes Murray off the inside of his bat. This one will go high on the right side of the infield. Maisie gets it, and chasing back into first base is Logan Yule. So, a pop out gives a second out this inning to the Bucs, and it'll be up to James Revencio to keep the 9th going.
That was interesting, actually, because the middle infielders were both running towards second to cover the stolen base, possibly, but then the ball was hit towards second, so second baseman Maisie had to really run back and make sure he had that one covered.
Provencio, relaxed stance in the lefty's batter's box. First pitch, hit up the middle, and it drops. 2-out single. Logan Yule's in the second base, and the Bucs won't go away just yet. Up 8-4, trying to tack on some insurance here in the top of the ninth.
I mean, Logan Yule and Provencio, just really, really unbelievable hitting. Almost like a clinic. Line drive after line drive after line drive.
5th reach of the day for Provencio, but that's actually his first hit.
Ah,
Bunch of fielders'
okay.
choices, a walk, but now he gets that hit, which a player always wants to have, as Luke Taylor comes to the plate. We mentioned Ren Matsuzaki got hit for. We're not sure who's going to take over behind the dish in the bottom of the ninth. Could be Luke Taylor. First pitch is way inside.
Yeah, this is like murderer's row right here. With Provencio, Logan Yule. Logan Yule, though, the 9-hitter, so it wraps around.
Well, hear from Luke Taylor between half innings here in the ninth. First pitch off the inside of the bat. And that one hit right next up to us.
That one was coming with some pace.
We have a little wooden outing in front of us, and it hit right against it. Luckily, no equipment was damaged.
No, hopefully that doesn't happen all season long, because that might cause a delay in the game.
1 ball and 1 strike on Luke Taylor. Breaking pitch swung on and missed. Got fooled by the speed change. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bucs down to their last out and last strike of the ninth. They'll try to close things down in the bottom half, but still searching for maybe another run or two. Runners take their leads at first and second. The pitch. Taylor just takes outside for a ball. That one had strike written all over it, but just misses the outside of the plate. Nice take by Luke Taylor.
He was all over off speed last time up and nailed it in for a single, so probably has his mind out for another one.
2-2 with 2 away here in the top of the ninth. Late kick and pitch. Taylor sends it back. That one bounces all the way back onto the field.
Second foul ball that bounced right back to the field.
See, one of the Pilots pitchers will run over and grab it before heading back to the dugout.
Pilot pitcher wearing a full winter jacket. What are we doing?
I know.
It's almost 70.
Even a few of the players are wearing long sleeves. See a hitting sleeve for Luke Taylor. Pickoff attempt to second. They almost get Logan Yule. He dived to second late, but luckily second baseman Maisie was a little too slow applying the tag. It's James Provencio at first, Logan Yule at second with 2 outs here in the top of the ninth. It's an 8-4 ball game for the Anchorage Bucs. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, high and away. We've gone as far as we can here in the top of the ninth. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away, and 2 on. The runners will be off on the pitch. Luke Taylor scrapes the plate with his bat. Now readies. The payoff pitch. That one's high. Now we'll load the bases. So Luke Taylor, a very good plate appearance. Fouled a couple off, stayed alive, and ends up watching 4 balls float by him for a foul of the zone. So that's a long walk for Luke Taylor. Bases are juiced. Taylor at first, Provencio at second, and Yule at third.
And Nate Muncy looking for at-bats. Well, here's a big chance to really blow this one open.
Walked in the 8th. The left-handed first baseman at the plate. First pitch, way inside. Well, we're seeing some control issues now as Simino pitched at Nicholls State 32 innings as a true freshman. Gave up just 26 hits in those 32 innings. Pitch goes high. Looking at his control this spring, 37 strikeouts versus 27 walks. So a positive ratio, maybe not quite as positive as he hoped. 2 balls, no strikes. As Muncy waves his bat, gets ready for the pitch. That one will be taken for a strike, 2-1 the count.
And Muncy worked a walk his last time up. So he's looking for a ball over the middle of the plate, and he wants to drive it into the outfield. He has pop.
Runners with leads at every base. Pitch is low, and just like that, Bucs are 1 ball away from walking in a run. It's 8-4 in the top of the 9th. Glacier Pilots want any chance of a comeback. They need an out here. 3-1 pitch. Fouled off.
Vicious hack from Muncie. I like what I see from the lefty. It looks like he's on top of the ball. He's on time for the most part.
We'll do a 3-2 once again. Second straight batter. Here's the payoff pitch. Muncie watches a strike 3 go by, and he'll be sent back to the dugout with a strikeout. The Bucs leave the bases loaded in the top of the 9th, but still have a cushion. It's 8-4 heading to the bottom of the 9th. Don't go anywhere. Bucs try to close this one out as you're watching Anchorage Bucs baseball. Alex Burstein here with Luke Taylor have today's matchup. Luke, today's weather probably a little more like what you're used to in California.
Yeah, it's nice today.
And last game, you finally kind of found your bat, a few hits. How did it feel to kind of get into that groove?
I mean, it was good first game, but yeah, I was just trying to get my pitch and got a couple of them.
Did you get a new bat or able to replace it?
I got a couple of them. Yeah, my guys at American Bats got me. So yeah.
Awesome. And then stepping back to this last college season, true freshman, but you're still able to start over 20 games. What was kind of that experience getting into the groove of college ball?
It was a big adjustment for sure, especially coming off of Tommy John and recovering from it. Still recovering from it, but yeah, I was just kind of getting back into a groove, seeing live pitching. I struggled a little bit, but I learned a lot through the process.
You mentioned the injury, obviously, finding your college. How did it kind of feel to just settle in with the school after all of that?
It was good. I mean, it was a complicated process, went a lot of ups and downs, but I found a program that they believe in me and I believe in them, so just mutual trust and just trying to build off of that.
And then you play kind of a few different positions on the diamond. Where can fans expect to see you this summer?
You'll see me catch. I don't really play a lot of other positions, but I can bounce around every now and then, but I'm a catcher for sure.
And any goals for this summer that you're really trying to hone in on?
I'm just really trying to get back behind the dish and get comfortable back there again, and of course, see some live pitching and stack some good at-bats.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks to Luke Taylor for talking with us ahead of today's contest. An 8-4 Bucs lead as we head to the bottom of the 9th. A couple of positional changes, and it's in the battery ram. It'll be Jack Giordano out of the University of San Diego making his first appearance of the year on the mound. And behind the plate, Reese Sherman, a West Coast Conference foe from Gonzaga, catching for him. Giordano 3 outs to win it. First pitch taken way inside by Tyler Ness, and there'll be a 1-0 count on the first baseman out of Dallas Baptist University. Giordano this spring, 18 games played, 16 innings pitched, but boy, he has some heat.
Yeah.
This pitch fouled off.
He gets up to the mid-90s, tops out around 96, does Jack Giordano. So players for the Pilots are going to have to be a little bit fast in the box right now.
Was a closer for part of the season at San Diego. 1-1 pitch. Nasty breaking ball. Swung on and missed. 1-2.
My goodness. Pull the string. Giordano just, wow.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Trying to ring up Ness. Next pitch. Swung on and missed on a high fastball. Welcome to the ABL, Jack Giordano. That's a strikeout to start off his season.
I mean, you go from the nasty off-speed to the fastball right on by. That's why hitting a baseball is one of the toughest things to do in sports.
Well, when you're a closer and you have a two pitches that are so different, that's how you can really get batters fooled. Dylan Marks comes to the plate. First pitch, fastball taken for a strike, and I'm not sure any of these Glacier Pilots are going to be able to touch that.
I mean, if his command is like this, fastball right down the gut, playing off the off-speed, it's a real good recipe.
8-4 ball game, bottom of the 9th. Next pitch, misses low. Dylan Marks at the plate has reached 3 times, hasn't recorded a hit, pair of walks and a hit by pitch before lining out in the 7th. It's an 8-4 Bucs lead, 1 away, trying to close out a sweep. Fastball hits the zone, first strike, 1-2 the counts.
Painting. Just absolute paint from Giordano. It's what you want out of someone trying to get the last 3 outs of the game. Don't want to make anything harder than it should be.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch misses outside. So we'll move it to a 2-2 count. Giordano, a San Diego native, was able to play for his hometown team. And now in Alaska, 2-2, swung on and missed. It's in the dirt. Sherman picks it up, throws to first. It's a wild throw over the head of Muncie. Turning first, Ness will safely get into second. And a disastrous throw there means this game is going to go a little bit longer. It was going to be a second out, and it looked like the Glacier Pilots were on the ropes. Instead, it's a runner in scoring position with just one away.
Yeah, it's uncharacteristic from Reese Sherman. Just kind of sailed it over Muncie's head. From the hit, it looked like it was going high, and then it did. Sometimes it looks high out of the hand, but then eventually drops in. That one just kept on sailing.
4th error of the day on the Bucs defense. That's not something they want to see. First pitch bounced by Landon Teasing the third. Provencio gathers and throws in time, and that's out number 2. So an aggressive swing from Landon Teasing, but can't get under it. Instead, it's a bounce out, and the Glacier Pilots down to their last out. And it'll be Andrew Becker coming to the plate. He showed some power his last time up. A 2 RBI double. Trying to do the same thing here. While Jack Giordano, well, he already has 3 outs in his book. 2 strikeouts and a bounce out, but trying to get 3 outs on the scoreboard and get a win. Not in a save situation. It was a 4-run game. 2 away. First pitch. Becker swings at another nasty breaking ball, and it's no 1 count.
And to command the strike zone with your off speed to start off a count and just establish that, well, now that fastball is just sitting in the back of this hitter's mind, knowing that curveball.
0-1 pitch. Fouled off to the left-hand side. A runner at second base is Dylan Marks. He struck out, but advanced to second on errant throw after the ball was in the dirt. Air goes against Reese Sherman. It's Nate Muncie over there at first base now. He came in a couple of innings ago. No balls, 2 strikes on Andrew Becker. We'll see if Giordano throws heat. Here it comes. Check swing. It's in the dirt. They'll appeal to the second base umpire, and he says he didn't swing. Well, that would have been a bad way for things to end for the Glacier Pilots.
You know the umpire wasn't going to end the game like that.
Instead, the all Big West honorable mention player Becker will have another pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at second base. Here it comes. Hit towards second. Should be easily playable for Gamel. He scoops and throws to first, and the Bucs are 2-0 on the year. A 5-run second inning was all the Bucs needed as they win 8-4 over the Glacier Pilots, and a successful first 2 games of the season ends with a series sweep.
Jack Giordano just looked absolute dominant in that 9th inning. And that's what you want to see out of those high-end relievers. Of course, his first action with the Bucs, but gets the job done. And once again, I think the story of this game is probably the offense. I mean, you score 5 in that second inning, and that really just set the tone.
Bucs score 8 runs off of double-digit hits. It'll be Sean Toger picking up the win for the first time this season. We'll have all your totals in just a second. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Anchorage Bucs Baseball. Back here at Mulcahy Stadium, a successful second game of the season for the Anchorage Bucs. They get past the Glacier Pilots 8-4. That's a second win to start off the year. both technically road games, but at home, and a very good offensive showing for Anchorage. Let's take a look at the leaders for both of these teams. Guy McGarry, he had a solid second start of the year. Went 1 for 3 with a pair of runs, including basically stole one at home plate. Was able to reach out his leg and get one to go along with an RBI. We also have one hit on the day for James Provencio. Another 2-hit day for Luke Taylor. He's certainly coming into his own here. The big player on the field for the Bucs today, Logan Ewell. How about this stat line? 4 for 5, a pair of runs, a pair of RBIs, obviously highlighted by that 2 RBI triple back in the second. He had an excellent day. Those are all your multi-hit guys for the Bucs today. Ren Matsuzaki added an RBI along with Brant Haas as well. Provencio, we mentioned his hit, but he did have 3 RBIs. A great day for the third baseman. Moving over to the Glacier Pilots, not as great of a day offensively. They just muster up 3 hits on the day, not what they wanted to see. Landon Teasing with 1, Andrew Becker with 1, and Scotty Fagan for 1, but the offense just wasn't going for them.
Yeah, I know the offense wasn't going, but I think it might have been more the pitching for the Bucs was just really good. I mean, everyone that came in to pitch for the Bucs was dominant, ending off with Jack Giordano, who nailed down the final 3 outs. It should have been even faster than it took because of that errant throw, but still looked absolutely nasty.
You read my mind, Milo. Let's turn to the Bucs pitcher. Sean Toger gets the win. His second start of the year, first in the regular season, was dominant in exhibition play. That continued here today. 3 innings pitched, no hits, 1 run that was earned, and 2 walks and 2 strikeouts, but an excellent outing from Sean Toger. Trace Hartman followed it up with 2 innings of his own, giving up 1 hit and 1 run, a pair of walks, and a pair of strikeouts. Rylan Nelson came in, the high schooler, gave up a pair of runs and a hit, but overall pretty decent stuff, including a 1-2-3 inning. Anthony Steinhoff gave up just 1 hit, no runs. Pretty similar to his line last time out. You get a little scared when he gets runners on, but he knows how to close it out.
Exactly.
And obviously Jack Giordano closes out a dominant outing with a 9th, not perfect because there was a strikeout that was dropped and thrown away, but he gets 2 strikeouts and 2 groundouts to bring the 9th to a close. As for the Glacier Pilots, Fernando Palencia is your starting pitcher. He goes 2 innings, giving up a pair of hits and 5 runs. He'll take the loss to drop to 0-1 on the season. Peter Phillip with 3 innings of 1 hit, 1 run ball. AJ Frausto with 2 innings, gave up 4 hits and 2 runs. And then that kind of settled into things. Drew Perigo with 1 inning of no run ball. And Cole Seminio, was able to close things out. But overall, the Bucs look better in pretty much every aspect of today's game.
And you look back to that 5th inning. That's how it all got started with Logan Ewell. He nailed that big triple out to center field, and that sort of kick-started the entire offense. The pitching was impressive. The offense was good. Of course, Logan Ewell, like I just said, an absolute beast of a day. When this is what you want to see, a full team effort once again from the Bucs. Really the second time we've seen that out of 2 games.
Player of the game? Well, you guessed it. Going to Logan Ewell. 4-hit day. We'll talk to him after this one. You can stay tuned to the Anchorage Bucs socials to hear more from the right fielder. Well, that's it for a couple days for the Bucs. They'll return to action on Thursday in Matsu to take on the Miners at 6 p.m. The Pilots, well, they face that same Miners team who are extra hot to start off the year. That's actually Matsu's regular season opener. That's in the Miners ballpark, Herman Brother Field at 6 p.m. But that's just about all the time we have on our broadcast here today. The Bucs close out a big one, 8-4 over the Glacier Pilots. It's 2 games against the Glacier Pilots to start off the season and 2 wins, just as you could have asked it. For Milo Hoffman, my name's Alex Burstein. Your final score from Mulcahy Stadium, it's the Bucs 8, the Pilots 4. Thanks for watching Anchorage Bucs Baseball.